Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Beautiful Sunday, as always. Well, it's kind of raining in New York City, but it's still a relaxing Sunday. Hey, what's going on? What's up? Hey, family. I always look forward to my Sundays and my days off because, it's the live and interacting with y'all and stuff like that. So we're going to get better. What's up? Getting people to come in. And I'm also working on trying to get new backgrounds and stuff like that. But the social corner hasn't been changed. But the Mizzle Talk, I got a new intro, outro for that and a new background. So when we do Mizzle Talk, y'all will get to see that. But social corner, I still haven't changed none of that stuff yet. And the music, and I'm down some of the music from the YouTube Freeland. So we don't copyright stuff. And because the one I was using Soundtrap, I just realized they didn't even renew my subscription. I thought it was renewed automatically because I set it up to renew automatically. They didn't renew it, so I said, "Oh well, I can still use it for free." But whatever, I got the free music. All right, so let's get some people to come in. Let's do our intro, outro again. No, get the intro, outro again a little ready, and then we can start on the show, y'all.
Mizzle social corner. I got a question for you. Are you ready to answer? Mizzle social corner. I got a question for you. Are you ready to answer? Mizzle social corner. I got a question for you. Are you ready to answer? Mizzle social corner. I got a question for you.
Stream y'all freaking stuttering. It was stuttering y'all and y'all, or it was just my computer. Stream y'all doing the most.
StreamYard's a hater and don't want to let nobody be great.
So I'm saying, I said, what the hell? I'm about to play it again and see they all stop it. Nah, let me just stop. Hey, what's going on? All right, so let's start off. Y'all know always I asked Sunil to come in so he could come in when he's ready. And hey, fam. Yeah, CM, how you doing? Hope things going on with you. Hey, Dominique, see the family's here. Y'all gotta show love. All right, let's start off. Y'all know the show's update. And y'all can always ask me on DM. Some of you have and give me a show update, and I can send y'all a screenshot of the document, of the Word document. If y'all down there. Let's see. All right. So I know that lately y'all have been seeing me tweeting and Instagram posting and stuff like that. And some of mine, the thoughts process of what's going on in the world and everything, just because some shows I don't review anymore, like Potomac. But if they do reunion dresses, we will critique their dresses when they come out. And we find out that Potomac did their reunion and they finished it. And they did say that was the longest taping ever. And I said, oh my gosh. It's gonna be hope it's not another 4 parts. We can't do that. Can we already got 4 parts Beverly Hills that we gotta watch. I hope there's no 4-part Potomac. Please.
It better be a 2-part reunion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it wasn't that much give this season for it to have that much parts. And it wasn't much drama driven. The only thing you can really say that was really big, I mean, you can't really say it's big because she really started drama with Candace until the late on the season. Mia, Candace, Wendy, Wendy, Giselle, and Robin. I mean, Giselle, Karen, that's normal. Ashley, Candace, like always again. And not really much. So, and yes, we all find out, yes, Nicki Minaj. I thought that was a figure joke. I know we saw tweets and stuff. She said she wanted to host a reunion. And Andy said, okay, cool. I thought that was a little play games, but she was there. But based on reports, somebody said that she probably wasn't there the whole time. She only came towards the end. That's what they were saying. So she came towards the end to surprise the ladies, and I guess they enjoyed it. Her being there.
Okay. I will say this. I am all the way here for anybody else hosting this thing outside of Andy Cohen. So Nikki is the first, but I'm gonna need some other Rihanna, Meg, anybody. At this point, I could take almost anybody over Andy Cohen. At some point, you get so like stuck on your relationships and the people who you like and the things that you want to do that you're not willing to ask the questions and you're not willing to, really dig deep and all of that. But I know they said that on the Beverly Hills thing that they said Andy had to, ask the tough questions. He couldn't go like the network told him, like, no, you have to like ask the questions that the fans want to hear. We're not going to let you just go light on anyone anymore. Like, you have to ask the question. So I don't know if he's going to do the same thing for all the seasons now. But also in my mind, I truly feel like Andy Cohen does not watch the shows. So he's just asking questions with no real context. Like, nobody would ask that question. Nobody even cares about it. Like, why are we asking this question again? Like, oh my gosh, please go away. So I do hope that there is some more people to co-host and then slowly start
get other people,
slowly start removing Andy out. So if this is the first and you let them do like the let's say the last 20-30 minutes of it and ask a couple questions, then maybe the next person you can get, they could come up for an hour and then at some point they become a co-host and they just start to slowly but surely phase him out. If this is how y'all want to start it, I'm fine with it, because as much as I'm not here for Nikki and all the mess that she got going on in her life, I feel like Andy Cohen has had his run of hosting reunions and he needs to pass the torch to someone else.
Hire someone who's neutral, objective, and someone don't have no shared allegiance to the ladies. I do agree, because he has been hosting for a long time, so maybe he just needs to stay behind the scenes and just do the Watch What Happen Lives, and that's how you get his questions from there. So Potomac, they just finished the reunion, and yes, Nicki Minaj will be there close to the end. That's what they were saying, and maybe there's nothing else that came out about it. I mean, they said Colorism was dressed again. I said, okay. Colorism was dressed again. And not much else they said they came out. So I guess they're being hush hush. I don't know why they're being hush hush. Share up the secrets. So we're always sharing for the rest of the stuff. So we gotta see it. But we do know Colorism was dressed. And that's it. And we saw Candace and Wendy was hanging out after the reunion somewhere. And people keep commenting on Wendy's face. I see people saying she did a filter. I said, hey, whatever. Shoot, they was hanging out.
It was a filter, because Candace's face looked the same way. So it was just like whatever filter they were using on the thing. It did. It made their face. So it's like if you looked at the way their faces looked in comparison to how looking thing, like it's just a regular like IG filter, like everybody else uses at this point. I mean, it's a filter.
Yes. I was like, okay. All right, go ahead and filter us. And they was like, oh, what's this she done on her face? And people say, she said using a filter. And I said, maybe she is using a filter. Because Candace's face looked different too. And then we saw Ashley do sharing with some of her group of people. People were saying that Ashley Candace made up, whatever. I said, oh, okay. Whatever.
You know what? At this point, I am so tired of the Ashley Candace like thing. Their beef isn't that deep. Move the hell on. Like y'all could still not like each other, but it doesn't need to be episode after episode after episode after. Like, okay, come on. Like Giselle and Karen, y'all beef ain't that deep either. It don't need to be episode after episode. I mean, an episode here or there to to make sure Heifer, I still don't see it for you all the way. Jug, but not like come on now. Like, you know what, I will say this. I miss when the cast was actually friends. That's what I miss. So that's the piece that I think that I am missing, because not to be funny, you'll check your friend, but you don't tend to like get down in the gutter with your actual friend. So I think that's the piece where I'm missing, because I'm like, Ashley hits the gutter. Like Ashley was like, oh, you know what? The gutter ain't good enough. Let me hit this sewer real quick. Oh, like she goes like too far low, right? Candace sometimes go too far low. Giselle, Giselle goes low.
Yeah.
Robin just needs to be fired.
Yeah.
But all of them go, like too far low sometimes, and I think it's because they're not actual friends.
Yeah.
So I think that if there was an actual friendship, because remember how like Nene and Sheree used to get into it? But then, but in the next episode, they'll be like, oh, I know you ain't talking about her. We could talk about each other, but who do you think you are? You know what I mean? Like, oh, no, that's still my friend. We jug each other, but you can't jug my friend. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where it was a true friendship and you get your friend together, but you don't you ain't trying to sully your friend name and just throw them down in the trenches or nothing. So I really do wish that they would get back to filming actual friend groups so that the shade would be lighter and funner and not so dark and heavy.
Yes, and man, since last season, and I was saying
since last season, lies. Let me tell you when it got dark. When Ashley went after Katie about her kids and her mental health, that right there, I was like, that right there was like the epitome. I was like, oh, Katie is better than me because I'd have stumped my foot in Ashley, but I'd have tried to kick her esophagus out. Talking about my mental health and me losing my kids.
Yeah. Like I said, Ashley has been really down low, and people need to try to forget that. Like a lot of people wasn't watching Housewives before that because that's how it was. Like I said, with Potomac, it wasn't a show to me. The reason why I really stopped, like I want to really flavor for y'all, it's not like I stopped watching because I don't want to watch it. I was still gonna watch it here and there, but the reason I started reviewing and stuff like that, it's not the show, it's the community. It just got so crazy back in the day, and especially in Housewives. In my history watching Housewives, we get to come online, Twitter, and Instagram, and freaking kiki and laugh about things. Don't take nothing serious. But all of a sudden, everybody was like, "No, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this." And you said one little thing, they will batter you down. I said, "Listen, I don't know these people, so and obviously you probably don't know these people, so I don't know why the hell you go off the bat with something that's going on, whatever." So I was like, "See, I don't let people get to me. So if they make comments, it is whatever." And they argue with themselves. It's like that. But everybody else, I'm reading and tweeting. Some of the favorite YouTubers getting attacked by fans. It's like that. Some of them need to die. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, like Erica TV says that, oh, she must be eating Candy's box. I would say no, she's not going off of Candace because she like Candace. She's doing the injustice of what's happening. If it was Monique that got the injustice. If Candace was dead when Monique did and Monique was Candace, it was the same way. So I don't know why she must eat her box. Why are you going that far? Like really?
I don't care. It's this is what I learned. It's not one side or the other. It is like it is equal opportunity crazy people. Because there's people who I watch who, let's say they don't like Candace, or they won't go up to Candace. They're in their comments like, "Oh, you F word about a man. Yes. Oh, you little gay boy, you should just die." Cut like what the like? Are y'all serious?
It's getting crazy.
And then if you say it's like so. Oh, there's crazy people on all sides of the coin. There's crazy people on this side. There's crazy people on that side. Oh, y'all all just. Oh, y'all just are. I promise you, I promise you. This is what I think. I think it is the old Basketball Wives fans that done moved over to Potomac because Basketball Wives, I think, had the craziest fan base. So all them crazy psychotic Basketball Wives fans, they moved over to Potomac because them right there, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like,
once they find out what happened in Housewives, because Housewives people wasn't watching it like that because they say they too bougie. They don't want to fight. They want to do this. They not help based people. And I said once they find out it was gonna fight, an actual fight, not more pushing the tables and throwing stuff. Actual fight, that's what they flocked to that thing. That's what just made it so dark. So that's what made it crazy. That's why I said, you know what? Whatever. I was still.
But that's what I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. So, like, I watched Miami. So Miami, like, Joanna got punched in the face. Like, when I tell you, like what, pow, right to the face. And if the fans wasn't going crazy, when I tell you, the girl got like straight jaw, like boom. I was like, oh,
I never saw Miami. Oh. Come on, because they don't see they be dealing with Miami like that.
Yeah, Miami had one more season after the girl got punched in the face, and then after that they stopped airing. And then like the mother matriarch passed away, who was like the fan favorite. She wasn't an actual cast member. She was the mother of the cast member. She passed away, and then like the people just went their separate ways, and it was like, you know, because they were actual like an actual friend group, right? So it just took a toll on them. But they supposed to be bringing it back on Peacock, is where they're supposed to be moving it back to. But yeah, but like I said, I don't even think it's so much the actual fight, because other seasons had like fight, like, I mean, like straight punched in the face, like I need to go to the ER, I think they broke my nose, fight. I'm like, y'all didn't go this hard for Joanna, like y'all wasn't doing that over there. What is wrong with you people? I don't know if the pandemic, I don't know if it's the pandemic done mess with some people's brain cells, or these people done flocked over from basketball wives. Or you know what else it could be? Love and Hip Hop got real boring, so I guess people said we gave up on Love and Hip Hop, so let's come over somewhere else and cut a fool.
So that's what it was. It's just the community is kind of toxic. So if you battle, like Tracy said, you battle any side, somebody will come after you. And I just be reading. I said, "Oh, glad I'm not popular on YouTube or something like right now." Because I'm the type of person, when I see a comment and it's not good and it's going against anybody on me, the comment will get deleted. It won't be saved.
Listen, this is the point when I realized people was absolutely psychotic. Do you know that there was stands going up for Robin Dixon? I was like, when did Robin get stands? How is this a thing? Robin Dixon has stands? Robin has stands. I was like, I know that y'all are just at home bored. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I refuse to give any energy. When y'all talk about,
they defended Michael.
Listen, Thompson. Oh no, Robin and Juan don't do Robin like Rob. I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. Robin Dixon. That's your shero is Robin Dixon? No. Y'all trolling me now. I was like, y'all is trolling. Y'all is trolling. Well, y'all going hard to pay for Robin? Oh no.
Yeah, they do treat the Black Housewives a little bit different than the White Housewives. Like Tracy was saying,
a little
stuff happened in other ones, and they did drastically different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely is. So Beverly Hills Potomac, Beverly Hills Potomac. What the so I'm like, Tom, put the drink down. Beverly Hills Reunion Part 1 will be this Wednesday, and I will be watching it. And
you gonna watch it on IG? You gonna do a watch along?
See, I get home late that day. So let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, I get home. My schedule. I work the evening shifts. So, yeah, so we probably could do it.
Because your watch alongs be hilarious.
Yes, right.
Your watch alongs be
tonight, and I will tell you what we're going to be watching tonight. So we will talk about Beverly Hills Part 1 reunion this coming Mizzle Talk next Sunday. Salt Lake City, and you know what? The season has been good. Don't get me wrong, like y'all. I haven't watched the season yet, but I heard that it's really good. So I'm gonna be watching it, and we will talk about it when we get the chance of me watching it. Late. Who late? Latte. Late. Sam, who late? Let me see. Potomac, P Valley is season 2. Airing next year. I'm ready for that. I'm ready. Everybody's coming back. I can't wait. I need to get my little stripper life going on. I need these new moves going on.
Need to get
Draft and some more drama. Life at the Lockup season 3. I mean, yes, I haven't been watching it lately, but people giving reviews. I'm watching the reviews, and it's a hot mess like always. Married at First Sight, Houston, season 13 is on Wednesdays. Everybody keeps talking about Bao and Johnny, so I need to see what's going on because I ain't hear about no other couples, but only Bao and Johnny. So if everybody couple is sleeping and boring, or Bao and Johnny is given this season, because that's all I'm hearing. Bow Johnny, Bow Johnny, Bow Johnny. I said, what is going on? Just like Chris and Paige last season. So
you know what? I will say this.
mm-hmm.
Bow and Johnny is not quite as bad as Chris and Paige, but they close. They close.
Okay.
So let's say if Acting the Fool was a couple, Chris and Paige would get an A, right? Bow and Johnny would be at like a B minus. They close. They're not too far behind. You know, one good grade and they'll catch up. The season ain't quite over yet either. So they might, you know, just catch on.
So okay, I gotta watch. I gotta catch up on it. But Favorite Fiance season 2, I think season 2, they didn't air it. So what they did, OWN did the pre-special, I think early for. Did they early? Or it's on the website. So tonight we will talk about. We're gonna do a watch along for Ready to Love season 5 pre-special, and it did the Cassie special. So it's on the website. So watch us after the panel, Auntie Momo's panel, and I will go on Instagram and do a watch along, talk about the couples, because some of them was like, oh, okay. It's the same formula they try to do every year, and it's like, okay, some F boys, some this and this, and some that. Ooh, what was it? I want to see what's gonna happen. Yes, right. But you know, he got to come to the grips of his thing, and you know he was trying to be a big shot, so you know how that is. But then again, Uncle Clifford got to know how he gonna know that gonna be a possibility. So he should have put his more feelings and emotions to. He know the game, so he know those types. So he got his feelings, but yes, he should have known that type of. All right, granted. But he's Little Murder. He's a genuine guy. He's just like he's suffering of trying to find himself. So that's how it is. Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Season 3. And it's been given, and it gave us a mid-season trailer. I said, damn, we didn't nowhere near damn finish Love and Marriage, but I ain't rushing it because it has been good. So Love and Marriage, Huntsville just came on this past episode. We'll talk about that when we get on, when we talk about Love and Marriage again. And yes, you know, Martell's asking for full custody. Apparently, Express video showed that Mar saw drunkly. I don't know if he made it by thing. He was a drunk state, and he admitted that he probably cheated, or he did cheat, or would cheat back. So short little clip. I said, oh, on her 40th birthday, he put it out there. I was like, I said, we all kind of knew it. It's just like he just didn't want to try to say it. I hope they all work it out. So, All the Queen's Men and BET is, you know, even Marcel. I got 3 more episodes to watch. I watched up to 7, and I had stopped watching it a little bit because I had to see other things. But let's see, hey y'all, I want to see Mercedes book her mama. Yeah, that's how I say. I want to know what's going on now. She got her Doge, her freaking, her what's it? Her chapel, whatever she want to do. The mom got that space to do her little thing. I hope Mercedes shun her mom and get the money that she got from helping. Oh, what was her name? See, this is the type of thing when you forget the character's name for so long. Hazel. That's not her name. What's her name? Y'all tell me her name, y'all. And so like that. Who became the part owner of the club now? Let me see. Ready to Love season 5. So we're gonna do the Catch a Special tonight on Instagram. Watch along. And Insecure season 5 is the final season. Autumn, yes. Yeah, see, I could forget to remember the name. See, I gotta stop drinking.
Pour a little more.
Yes. Insecure, HBO Max final season is October 24th. And I'm just sad this is the final season. And I said, God, y'all only give us 30-minute episodes, only 8 episodes most of the season, each season. And y'all wait a whole year for each season. It's like, oh my gosh. Now it's the final season. I guess she got other plans, other projects.
Did you see her YouTube thing?
No.
Yeah, she's gonna have like a little talk show thing on YouTube. I think it's called like Sip Nation. Not Sip Nation. Take a sip or something like that. I seen a little preview for it. I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yes.
That's cute.
Our kinds of people. Go ahead.
Hey. Love it. Sorry,
Yes.
let's talk about our kind of people.
Yeah. I was the kind of people. Auntie Momo and I did a live this past Saturday around noon. Everything 11:30 her time, 12:30 my time, and Eastern time. And it was good. We talked about the last 2 episodes, and I guess we're trying to do more live of that show because pre-recorded reviews, a lot of YouTubers not getting many reviews on that. So I guess they still doing it. Unless you're really popular, their viewpoint based on other numbers of the other shows they do is not as high. So I guess we might just do live, and it's better that way because you can interact and talk about things. And I can't get into all the things, man. It's telling I can't, but I'm bored with it. I hear that, but I'm mad about that. So we'll do more lives of our kind of people because I like it better. And Queens is airing, I think next week, y'all. It's on ABC, regular network, so y'all had to have no cable for it. ABC is starring Brandy, Evie Eve, Notori Naughton, and the Spanish lady. Keep forgetting her name. Like that. I keep forgetting her name. But,
look. I don't feel bad no more because I damn sure. I was like, I don't know who this little Hispanic woman is. I was like, but her too. So I don't feel bad no more. Thank you.
Oh, did I just share it? Hope I did. I didn't paste it, y'all. Oh, let me paste it live. I'll copy it. All right. Here we go. And last but not least, Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. It's a 16 or 18. Whatever the season is, it's a new season. It's there this Thursday on WeTV, and it's going to be a hot mess. Auntie Momo did her premiere this morning, and I will do the live tomorrow. So on Monday, yes, usually I'll do the live on Monday, but tomorrow, Monday, it's a special day. I'm going to be home. So around 8 o'clock Eastern PM, we will talk about marriage boot camp, and we're gonna talk about the cast special. So if y'all watch my Instagram tonight for the watch along, then we're gonna talk about the couples tomorrow on a live version instead on Instagram. Y'all can still talk about the people on Instagram because we will. We crack up and kiki on our watch alongs.
You gonna talk about your girl falling out? You gonna talk about your best friend? You gonna talk about fallout? Miss I falls out and roll around on the concrete. Okay.
Yes. We're gonna talk about Amber tomorrow.
That's your friend.
And Auntie Momo did her premiere, and it was good. So watch that, y'all. Okay, we done with the shows. And Dominique mentioned Blood and Water on Netflix. I wrote it down, so I'm gonna check it out. Thank you for the recommendation to watch that show, Dominique. Let me see. You're the best. Yes, thank you, Renee, with the Twitter and Instagram promotion, Facebook. I wish they would go back to real people and real relationships because these celebrities keep faking it. For real, right? They are. Baby, it's first episode on NBC. God, my damn. I have to go smoke. Brittany, you gotta go smoke. You gotta go smoke, Brittany. It was that bad.
I will say this. They paying them folks what? Well, it's like $100,000 to do marriage boot camp.
Yeah,
I think I might listen for 2 weeks of work. $100K for 2 weeks of work.
that's what I'm saying.
Listen here, I'll be on there showing my whole natural behind. Y'all don't judge me, okay? I need to get this bag real quick because that seems like a straight money grab.
For real.
Like shoot, so I get $100K, you get $100K, and all I have to do is fake it for 2 weeks. Let me tell you something right now. Okay, we done been in a relationship for the last 7 years. Okay. Like,
Oh, they got 200K an episode. What? Yeah, so Tracy, I think I might fake the funk too.
Mizzle, listen, we have been in a relationship for the last 7 years, okay? And we think about having a baby. What the hell are you talking about? We got a whole storyline.
So we make it up. We just gotta rehearse our little story.
What?
Show that.
What? Let me tell you something right now. Okay, for that amount of money, we gonna get the parents in on it and everything. Well, listen, if they call y'all,
Yes.
peep game.
Yes.
We've been together, okay? Together. We ain't got time.
I like y'all. So I North Noriega 200K. Treasure's not Monty girlfriend. She talks to Treasure. She's a slop. That girl. Treasure. I like y'all. and they always get found out and kicked out the house. Who get found out? You and Tracy and me and so they'll need together. Go as a couple, yes! And Emma's tomorrow, but I saved the rest of my comments for tomorrow. Yeah, okay, yes. Tracy.
Listen,
I like
okay.
so,
Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I don't judge.
For real, we got to. Sure, they could do it. Sure. At best they do a fake the funk instead of doing fall like British. We're gonna talk about that later on. Sure. Do it a legit way. And they still did it. That's 3130. All right, so I saw it on Twitter comment online, y'all. And I guess people trying to bring Saweetie down and trying to make her the bad person. I don't know what it is, but somebody got her back and she said, "Thank you for having my back because these people is doing the most and have a Jesus blessed day." So I guess somebody trying to say like Saweetie don't like dark skinned girls or something like that, or she have a problem with that, or she being a colorist or something like that. I need to check y'all. Damn episode. Yes. So apparently, somebody, I guess, dig up Saweetie, or somebody said something about Saweetie, and they digged up Saweetie response on Tumblr. Yeah, I remember Tumblr. So like that. And they said, "Do you think dark-skinned women can be pretty?" I was raised by dark-skinned women, so I find this question insulting. WTS. I don't know what that means. Well, I don't think they can be pretty. I think they are pretty. And I guess you make WTF, but I guess she said what the hell like that. So when I read that, I said, first of all, that person put can be pretty. I said, do we all remember when we were growing up and you asked the teacher, "Can I use the bathroom?" Some teachers will say, "Can you?" And it's like, they're trying to say, "Can you use the bathroom? Are you able?" Can is a condition of doing. May is permission. So for someone to say, "Oh, dark women can be pretty," it's like, oh, they can never be pretty. If pretty is not, it's got to be option. Or doing to be pretty. What they got to do to be pretty? Dark women are beautiful. All melanin are beautiful. So for them to try to suggest that dark women cannot be pretty and they gotta be pretty, is it's a assaulting kind of question. So what y'all take on that? Because for years we still going on with this battle of Renee. You welcome, Renee. Darker you are, then not attractive you are, and it's still today. It's sorry to say, men think that way, some females think that way, and it's crazy that we have to go that way. And it's like, it doesn't matter. You beautiful, you beautiful. Everybody's beautiful in the eyes of someone else. It's like that. So, and not everyone will be attracted to someone, but to say as a whole color of woman, dark skin cannot be pretty, and they can be pretty. It's like, what are you saying? They can't be pretty? So, what y'all take on that?
I done seen some light skinned treasure trolls, so I mean, there are some light skinned women that could look like Death bowled over too. So yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, are we gonna call that out? Because some of y'all aren't the cutest looking people either. So it's one of those things that I understand people have preference. I get that. Mm-hmm. I definitely understand that people have the right to find attractive what they want to find attractive, and for whatever reason they may have, they can also not find something as appealing. Yeah. Cool. Fine. have no problems with it. I think we start to run into the issue of why is it always posed to a lighter skinned woman about a darker skinned woman? Why? Why do we need to have this conversation? Why don't you have some internal dialogue with yourself to see why you're questioning the appearance of this woman?
Mm-hmm.
Like at some point it turns into, if you have these if you don't feel comfortable about this and you're feeling a certain type of way, then maybe you need to seek some therapy. Can we stop doing this whole thing, please and thank you? Now I'm I can't give all of them grace for the same exact things, because there are definitely some times where some things that Sweetie has said has seemed a little problematic to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can't say like I don't understand why someone would be questioning it, because there's been some problematic statements being made.
Okay.
But for the most part, I don't even think that should be something that should be questioned unless the person specifically says like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, where did this line of questioning, where do we even come from this, sir? Where, why did we start this? What happened? What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Well, when I said that, I was like, what? If you say can be pretty, it's making it seem like dark skinned women can't be. Yeah, like I said, they are people who think that, light skinned people always think they good looking and stuff like that. They, like you said, some of them gonna be gremlins themselves. So, so it's sucks that we still gotta have this conversation now in 2021. But it's not gonna never go away as people thing, and people do not change their mindset. They have children who got the same mindset as them, and it's a generation cycle, and it's gonna be hard to break until you wipe the slate clean and start over. But you can't do that. It's the earth, America, world. So we all go still have this conversation. It's just up to us to instill to our little young ones that you beautiful and accept you are, and appreciate that and all that stuff. So, and the dark you are is not ugly. I've seen the most beautiful women, chocolate melanin. So let's keep it.
Okay, there's some very sexy dark chocolate men out there, which
Yes.
just gorgeous,
Yes.
sir,
Yes.
have no problems with you. And then there are some there are some that look like they've been bowled over, mauled by a bear. It doesn't necessarily mean that one is right or one is wrong. I mean, there are a lot of light skinned men who look like they done lived a real hard life. And you was like, ooh, maybe in your younger days, maybe in your youth. Oh, you 25? Oh, you're 25? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Oh, whew, whew, whew.
Yes.
Maybe next lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe that's what probably somebody asked her that, because I don't know Sweetie like that to even know what she be saying, but somebody posted some Sweetie old Tumblr to support her stance on that, and they said no, women, dark women are pretty. They not can be, they are. So all examples light skin ain't always pretty. Right, RT, all right. Benzino, Shaggy, and Swiss Beats. Oh, they okay at the right angle. They be okay, but most of the time, no.
Lies. When they open up their bank account, you all of a sudden find them more attractive. That's what it is. Because money, money tends to make the change.
In the faces right?
Of some people. You be like, how much money you worth? Because I don't find Bill Gates to be attractive at all. But once I heard he was single, I was like, well, let me slide in his DM real quick. Because for a few billion, I might can figure this out. Like,
well, as I say,
I
The
seen a few
woman.
bug-eyed, funny looking. I was like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, mm, interesting.
Oh, excuse me, y'all. That man from Girls Trip, I think his name is Kofi. Yeah, my dear sweet baby Jesus is one. Oh yes,
So
yes,
Kofi is
Kofi.
fine and young and fine.
Yeah, girl. Brittany, you said that. Definitely. Okay. So that was that little snippet of the thing. I wanted to bring that up because I would say people say in the Twitter comments are saying, yeah, it's today. We still had to have this talk. I said I was point blank period. We still have to have this talk. People still didn't get it.
We always gonna have to have this talk.
Yeah, we
That's the
still
sad
have to
part.
have
The sad
it.
part is we're always gonna have to have this talk. We're always gonna have this talk because there's always gonna be some simple-minded people out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
So
That's the real sad part is that
it
there's
is.
still simple-minded people out here who really believe. Huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Say it. All right. So we're gonna move to the next topic. Is stuff that we all probably read about. Y'all know I had tweeted about this on Instagram, post about this already. Y'all know about the wedding scenario. So we're gonna talk about that next. And the photographer is on Twitter. That's how I found out about the story. I said, oh, let's see. Let me get that together. All right. Oh, we're gonna talk about this, y'all. All right, let me put the timestamp. So before we start, 41:33. Oh, come on, baby. 41:42. Oh, yeah. All right. So on Twitter and Instagram, we hear this story about a photographer sharing the story of what happened to them. What happened to he or she. I don't know if it's a female or a guy. It's a photographer. It's the same principle. So it's a debate. Photographer delete images and leave wedding after being denied food. Sparkling question. Should wedding photographers be offered place? Now, before we get into that, let's talk of this. Like I used to be, I went to college before, and I was in part of E-Board, CSA, Caribbean Student Association, and I was the secretary, and then I was the treasurer. I handled the money and stuff, and we would have events. And the one thing that make, and to this day, CSA is one of the best clubs in that college because great events and the relationship we have. And one way you make good relationship with people who do services for you is treat them well. Yes, you provide the money. They do that in this contract and stuff like that. And it should be a contract. And that's another thing about this. Like he had a contract with his friends. So that's downside of it. But still, at the end of the day, um, yes. Yes, Brittany told me what you're gonna do. And I want her to share what she's gonna say, but it was hilarious. It's like that. You you do right for people who do services for you. So when we have events like a DJ, we usually use them DJ Six Figures, and he DJ a lot of events because yes, he gave us good rates and we pay him and stuff. But yes, he comes back all the time because we have a good relationship. Like when we drinks or food thing done, we make sure he's good. You give him a drink, make sure he eat or something like that. And sometimes they usually probably eat beforehand. But if we do have something doing a thing and we offer them and say, nah, I'm good. I really full of everything. So you sure? Okay, well, we come back and make sure it's good. And that's how it is. The services. And some people and some vendors will put in a contract food and things. So what they do is gonna be food. We need 30-minute break. We need this, the stuff like that. It's like a wedding when you're feeding your guests. Some caterers take shifts. Like this people serve first, and then they take a break and they eat, and the next people serve, and all stuff. So that's close to talking to me and everything. If they're supposed to take a pictures all day for you and all that stuff like that, and you pay the package, usually a lot of them will put in it, and sometimes they will have a partner with them so they can take turns with that and to do that. So I say all that is to show that people who work for you, no matter it's a wedding and stuff like that, even though that's a very stressful day and they doing a lot of stuff, basic needs for food and drink is something they need to do to make sure to function well. It's like that. And if they hungry, they can't think right. So for you to deny that, even though there's no contract, that's the end. This is the person's a friend. So I gave all that. So yes. Let me read Brittany comment before we get to it. If I can't eat, ain't nobody eating. I'm slapping everybody's plate out their hand away, and I'm gonna flip the food and cake tables over. Cause one thing I'm gonna eat, especially if I'm gonna do you a favor. Oh God, Nita. Hey, when she told me that, I was dying. I said, "Go ahead, Brittany," but she not the only one. A lot of people else said that too. I was flipping everything. Nobody eating today if I can't eat. Shoot, I like. So I'm not really a photographer. I'm a dog groomer. I take lots of photos of dogs all day to put on Facebook and Instagram. It's my thing. It's basically like a hobby, if that makes sense. A cut and a photo with every appointment. I very seldom shoot things other than dogs, even if I have a nice setup. A good friend of mine got married a few days ago and wanted to save money. Asked if I shoot it for them. I told him it's not really my forte, but he convinced me saying, but he didn't care if it was perfect. They were on a shoestring budget. I said, oh, we know what that means. And I agreed to shoot it for $250, which is nothing for a 10-hour event. That is sure ain't nothing because the rates that people be paying for weddings and all day, he got over you, but oh whatever. The ceremony itself and doing the reception, I'm shooting. Oh wait, I missed a part. Did I miss it? No, that's what it was. Time of event. Ceremony itself and doing the reception, shooting speeches and people mingling. I started around 11 a.m. and was due to finish around 7:30 p.m. Around 5 p.m., food is being served, and I was told I cannot stop to eat because I need to be a photographer. In fact, they didn't save me a spot on any table. I'm getting tired and at the point kind of regretting doing this for the next to nothing. It's also unbelievably hot. The venue is in an old Veterans Legion and it's like 110 Fahrenheit and there is no AC. I told the group I need to take off for 20 minutes to get something to eat and drink. There is no open bar or anything. I can't even get water and my 2 water bottles were long empty. He told me I need to either be a photographer or leave without pay. With the heat, being hungry, being generally annoyed at the circumstances, I asked if he was sure, and he said yes. So I deleted all the photos I took in front of him and took off saying I'm not his photographer anymore. If I was to be paid $250, honestly, at this point, I would have paid $250 just for the glass of water and somewhere to sit for 5 minutes. Was I a-hole? They went on their honeymoon and they all been on social media, been off social media, but a lot of people have been posting on their wall asking about photos with 0 responses. All right. So I would say first thing, this guy was originally a guest. It was other details that was mentioned. He was originally a guest with someone that he was going to bring with him. And they asked him at the last minute to take photos because they couldn't have the budget to find, to get a professional photographer. And so he did it for the favor. And to work all that long time and tell you that no, you cannot eat, you can't get something to eat, you gotta take these pictures, all that stuff. So he did what he did. They said, all right, you ain't gonna pay me anyway, so I'm gonna delete the pictures and walk away. So that's that, y'all. That was the story. And also, I guess the couple had a kid and he was babysitting as well. He or she was babysitting the kid as well. I was like, oh my gosh. So what y'all take on this? What y'all do? Y'all agree with the photographer? Do y'all agree with the couple? He should have done it. Does the couple got a case? I mean, it's no contract, so I don't know what case they got, but what y'all take on it? Tracy, chat. While Tracy's talking, I'm gonna get y'all opinions. The chat comments. Let's see.
So I have multiple layers of feelings. One, I've been married, so I've had a photographer. So we went through this process. So there's that. And then it's like, okay, you have a friend, that's your friend, and your friend is doing you a favor. And although they're charging you a low rate because it's a favor, but then they were a guest. So then you didn't even give them the meal that every other guest would have had. I understand saying, hey, can you not like just sit down and chill? Can you eat like so? There are so many layers to this. So let's start off at the top. Number
Okay.
one,
Uh-huh.
number one, if you are contracted to do a service for your friend or otherwise, I have my own business, so I understand doing things for friends and going above and beyond and doing all of this. But there's some things that you need to stay up front. Period. Like
Yes. Mhm.
this is what this is. Up front. Period. Favor. I do favors for people all the time, with no thought that I'm ever going to get anything back in return.
That's
But
true.
it's always a clear thing. This is what it is. This is what I'm expecting. So the details are clear. So the problem for the friend who is the photographer,
Yes. You didn't
whether he's a
express it.
dog photographer or whatever he is, he does need to set expectations of, okay, for this 250, this is what you're getting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the friends aspect of it, sir, they could sue the heck out of you for telling them to work 10 hours and not getting a meal. Like you do understand that, right? That would be far more than any bit of anything that you would get that you would have paid out a photographer normally. Cause that's just crazy to say you
Yeah.
gonna work 10 hours and not eat anything. I could understand them saying like, hey, can you, yeah, because I don't understand how, if they were a guest to your wedding, then you would have fed them had they said no, they weren't going to take your pictures. So where the heck did they plate go? Like,
That's what I'm
in my
saying.
mind, I'm thinking like,
Like
okay,
that.
if you were if your money was real tight and you were charging and they were charging you per plate, so you said I'm only going to get the specific number of plates that I have people invited for. Did you then say, oh, I could cut another $25 off because I'm going to cut their plate out? So you didn't even order them a plate of food when you placed your food order? Like, how grimy are you as a person? Like, where is your level of, oh, I'm just out to try and pinch pennies? And if you pinching pennies like that, I'm gonna need you to go down to the justice of the peace because we ain't got money for no real wedding. I'm gonna need you to go down there and just get married because ain't nobody got time for you and your foolishness. I don't understand. What? Yeah, I definitely need far more clarity than that because that joker right there, you too broke to be calling yourself having a wedding. Like, that's not what broke people do. Let me tell you what you should have did because you broke, okay? You should have went. You should have went down to the justice of the peace. You should have had a reception at um at the dining hall at your mama church, because the church wouldn't have charged you nothing, and then the church
Uh-huh.
folks could have helped made your food, and then, then you would have money for your photographer. Because I mean, if you want a penny pinch, number one, as soon as you told me no bar, there was no drink, I was like, oh, they broke. I was, oh, not even a cash bar. You
That's what I'm saying.
broke. I was like, oh, not even a cash bar? Because I'm telling you right now, don't invite me nowhere where there ain't no alcohol. Not one single pound of paper. Absolutely not. That is ridiculous. My favorite restaurant is a BYOB restaurant. It's a bring your own bottle establishment. Love their food. Their food is delicious, but they tell you up front, bring your own bottle. We'll open the cork for you. We'll give you glasses for it. We'll give you ice and we'll give you chaser. We just ain't selling no alcohol because we ain't got time for that. Cool, fine, dandy, whatever,
That's crazy.
whatever. But
Liquor license.
you mean to tell me that at your wedding, this is one of y'all a recovering alcoholic? Is that why there was no alcohol? Or was it because y'all broke? Like, or did y'all spend all y'all money on y'all honeymoon? Because, I mean, not to be funny, though, everybody got smartphones nowadays, and everybody feel like, all the Instagram pictures they take, I think everybody feel like they low-key a photographer anyway. So you could have just told everybody, like, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do hashtag Williams wedding 2021, da-da-da-da. Take all your pictures, post them. There's your photo album right there. Like, tag the picture to this, load them up here, because that's my thing. I mean, even if you just did it during like the meet, and this is what I say because I'm a very creative person, right? So even if it was during the meal, right? Let's say it was during the meal time so that your photographer can eat. You could simply just told your guest like, hey, take some great candid photos that the photographer isn't going to be able to get. You know, do hashtag whatever, whatever. So then your photographer can get a break. They can eat. Everyone else is taking pictures because everyone loves taking pictures and posting them to Instagram. Like that's the fun part now, right? So then your photographer gets a break. They can eat. They still get paid, and then you get the pictures that they took of your ceremony. Because now you will never like when you're getting married, you don't see all the things that happen because you're so in the moment that you miss all these things. So now you don't even get to see those things. You don't get none of that. You don't get nothing. Girl, you might as well marry somebody in prison that took that one good jail photo. I don't understand.
It was the comments was crazy. They some people saying it was $250. He would get a Polaroid camera. Shit. Great. And when it get developed. Or get that camera when you take the flash and you gotta take it out and fan it. That's the picture you get, bitch. Because for $250, you try to play me and you gonna have me stand on my feet all day and not feed me like you said. Expectation should be brought up front. And I think the downside of this guy did he didn't have a contract or at least something on lighting to prove everything. Because people say, well, the couple's got a case. I said, what case? They ain't got no contract. And the lawyers are gonna say it's a contract pull up. I mean, some lawyers might say
they could say it's like a verbal.
Yeah, it's only true if both parties agree. But if I'm going to court and say, no, I ain't agree to that. I'm agree to me staying 10 hours of no eat. Nope, I don't remember that.
Because
it takes one person to say that.
See, but that turns into where it becomes, well, the state says that if you have somebody working for you, even as a contractor, if they work this many amount of hours, they have to be allowed to take a 30-minute meal. Period. They have to take a 30-minute meal. Now you could provide the meal, or they can go get the meal. We don't care, but they have to eat. So it was real simple. He just could. They could have had the MC, or they could have stood up there and did they look glasses like, hey, so we want all the candid photos. And just hashtag whatever. Just during the meal. Now they gave the little photographer a chance to, sit down, cool out. But I think they cut that man plate or that woman's plate when they was doing a head count for the caterers. They was like, oh no, we can cut that plate out because they busy. Like I really think they didn't even get that man or woman no food. Like I feel like they was broke. Yeah. And when broke people shouldn't be getting married.
Well, you should get married. And if I was gonna figure a bride, I would have been pissed off. I ain't got no pictures. I said, well, you better, like you say, you better ask your friends. I said, did you take pictures, bro?
Now, look, not only that, now you don't have no pictures, and you done lost a friend, because that friendship's over.
Yeah, like Brittany said, yeah, y'all take offense to his friendship because he did it for $250. Because if he was a real contractor, photographer, you would probably be paying in the thousands. Especially that's a lot of the business they do. They don't charge cheap. So, girl, some people say they pay like $2,500 for a photographer.
Listen, this is what I realized that you need to do things within your budget and then within your price range. I'm gonna need you to stop having champagne dreams on a beer budget. I'm gonna need you to be real realistic with this, okay? Real realistic, which basically means, baby, you need to go down to the justice of the peace and call it a day, because what you're doing now isn't going to work.
Well, so yeah, he messed up without a contract, but at the same time, they should have offered, especially like they say, it was a favor. It was a favor to you, and you could at least give him a favor. That's like, listen, it's not nobody else. If you want to say nobody else who did your work and service for your wedding. Him, he was a favor, he was a friend, he was following y'all, and the photography is the most important because you want the pictures and memory and whatever. But yes, like DJ, the caterers and stuff like that, they all put in a contract about food in a contract because they know some people will try and take advantage. And so it's like, well, you're not expecting and stuff like that because they that help, they this, so it still doesn't matter. People still need to eat. It's basic functions. If you want to work at your job 9 to 5 and they see your boss tell you no, you can't eat. And if you
Look
don't
here,
eat,
some
they have to
people,
pay you.
yeah, some people they clearly could say, yeah, I'm not gonna pay you. I'm not gonna pay you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm good. I'm good on that. But you also that means that person has to be gone in less than 5 hours. So I mean, just set realistic expectations. Okay, I'm not planning on feeding you. That's fine. That
Mm-hmm.
also means that you're gonna get less than 5 hours worth of work. So I suggest you pick your times wisely. I don't know what
Yeah.
to tell you. Plan accordingly.
Well, shoot. So lesson learned to the friend and anybody else. Don't do any doing business like this, business transaction like this without a contract. Especially with
You
friends,
mean a
sometimes
former
they
friend? Because I could tell you
yes,
that friendship over.
yeah, former friend. Especially with friends, especially anything, because if you do a stranger, they will have a contract. So even with your friends, I know sometimes people don't want to do that and say, but still, at the end of the day, when money is involved, people act funny. No matter your best friend or not. So you better get a contract. They would have been calling the police on my ass because when he said she turned the whole thing up, flip the plates, they say, "Oh no, y'all eating." They would call the police on my ass because if I can't eat nobody eating in this bed, then I would knock a candle over and hop the. Oh no, no! When
And
you
it's a
trying to go
hundred.
to jail?
And it's 150 degrees. It's 100 degrees in the room today. In. Oh, the devil is
And
a lie.
that's what
Oh,
I'm
the devil is
saying.
a lie. No,
And
the
it's a
devil
freaking
is a
stupid
lie.
money, so y'all ain't spend much. So flip it out and take it as it is. Sure. So the next thing up, y'all. So that's that. So if I anything about the photographer and the wedding thing, yeah, please put it down, and I will highlight the comment. Let me see. Let me
The
share my
ghetto.
for well.
The ghetto.
Let's see. All right. So I saw a post on Twitter. You know, I've been on Twitter lately. Oh, let me take the time.
At
Dang,
my
boy.
wedding to Bill Gates. Don't worry, we gonna have an open bar. Y'all be good.
Y'all be good. One, oh, two. Oh my gosh, it's coming. One, oh, two. All right. All right. So I saw a Twitter post, and it was about a scenario, and the person asked us, "Was this person wrong or not?" Yeah. So keep in mind, just let us know that this story is related to a trans person and treatment and all stuff like that. So Muzzle was not trans and like that, but we could think about the principles. So just talk normally, and like thinking. I'll say, if this happened to me, or if I know someone that I know close who is this person, will you think this person is wrong or not? All right, so let's read it, and then we will get to it. So one of my friends, in quotation marks, really got mad at me because she's trans and she's bad as F to the point it will take you a little minute to even realize she's trans. But she's really like this Negro I'm close with, and he's like a brother to me, and he's like her too. So I told her to tell him about herself because that's not something you hide from someone. She said she wasn't telling him, and we got in a whole argument about this ish. Cause I'm like, if it was anybody else, I want to give a freak, but just like my brother, and I ain't want her to play with him like that. Like at least tell him and let him decide for himself if he wants to fuck with you. So I told him so I told him since she wouldn't and he choose not to F with her, and now she's mad at me, and all of a sudden I'm fake and a bad friend, etc. But I was also looking out for her, like a lot of niggas kill trans girls for hiding that ish, and I didn't want her to get hurt, and I also didn't want to do him dirty either, cause he would have been pissed if he went to freak with her and she still got a penis. So I just want to know, was I wrong Did I overstep boundaries? I'm open to all opinions. I also give my opinion, and and then I ask y'all because when I was reading it, I understand people different sides of the opinions of this thing, and I kind of like torn because one part people saying that it's not the friend's right to even out her friend to her friend. I mean, yes, it's a friend circle. That's another thing. They all friends, so it's kind of sticky, put her in a sticky situation because she knows the tea. So that's one thing. The friend situation. That's one other thing because she said if it was anybody else, she wouldn't get a damn. But it's because her friends, she don't want they both friends hurting each other and everything. So that's one thing. The friend circle. Another thing, she trans, and sometimes you want to tell the person yourself. So it's just like a person who's gay or bi or lesbian, and you don't want to out them. You want them to speak their own truth. So that's that. So people saying that she was outed by her friend, and that's not her right to do that. Another thing is that the friend said that I know that people and men, it is true, a lot of them will kill someone who trans. Someone will kill trans or kill trans. I mean, that's a whole little thing. But to be romantic with someone and you never tell them right off the bat, some of them you don't know my mindset. That may have been your friend last day living, and you don't know. So it's like that's another thing. And other people saying, well, that guy is no life or death situation. If she ain't telling him like that, he not gonna die. Nothing. So it does. She's wrong. Right off the back, 100% wrong, and all that stuff. So like I understand all different sides, and that's kind of like I understand why she said because she don't want her friend to get in deep danger. Like, what if he would snap on her or something like that? They get into romanticism and all that stuff. But at the same time, I think her friend should have told the guy at her own time and let her say it herself. But then she actually said, "Well, I was going to tell her." So maybe she wouldn't like to tell him right off the back. But at least if she was going to get romantic with the guy, at least tell him. So it just kind of iffy. It's like that because I said I don't think she should have said nothing, but I understand. I understand because whether she may lose the friendship or not, people are safe and so like that. Because you never know. Even though she know her friend, he might be one of the person who snap and don't want even know what that happens. So it is a touchy situation. So I want to know what y'all opinions about that. Would y'all think she's 100% wrong? Do you understand or what?
So it's I have a very my take on it is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
You tell him or I'll tell him. Take your pick. Either way, he needs to know because that it's disclosure. You can say what you want about what that is. He has the right to make the decision, and if he wants to, let him continue on. But if he doesn't, you're gonna have to take that L and keep it moving. Everybody has to take an L. That you shouldn't get the right to deceive someone into doing something. No, because then you would be a messed up friend for not telling your friend that they're being deceived. Isn't that what we normally do? If your friend is being deceived by someone, you would normally go and tell your friend like, yo, they doing this. Because that is that person's right to make the choice for themselves. Why do you get the right to make that choice for them just because it makes you more comfortable? That's not how this works. You shouldn't then get the right to then decide what someone else wants to do. No, let him make the decision for himself. If he really likes you, he really cares, he probably would be fine with it. But then again, he probably won't. But either way, it is not, it is, you have the option. You could go, I'm not going to out you, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to out you before you have a chance to tell him. I'm going to give you to this day to let him know. If you don't let him know by then, I'm going to let him know. Or you could just cut it off right now and be like, you know what, never mind. Either way, I don't feel that it's right to then deceive someone into something. That's not cool. That's not cool. How many times do we say it's not cool for a man to deceive a woman into a relationship or to tell you one thing and it's really another? If your friend knew that it was something else, you would want your friend to tell them. I don't think it's right to then say, oh, because it's a trans thing, it should be handled differently. No, it's all of it should be handled the same. If my friend knows something that could potentially affect me, would I not be being a friend if I didn't tell my friend what that was? Or
No,
I
you
give
free.
the person the opportunity to tell my friend, because you know how you may find your friend's spouse is cheating, and you like, listen, you could go tell my friend, or I could go tell my friend. But either way, my friend gonna know today.
No, right.
Take your pick. take your pick. Take your pick. I don't feel that it's okay. I have a friend who transitioned, and she is very deceptive about things, and I was like, oh, that's cool for you to do that on your own, but if you with me, we're not doing that, because then I'm gonna have to fight some dude potentially because you deceived him and he found out and he flips out. See, now I got to fight for you. I ain't got time for this. I'm just gonna need you to tell them up front and let them make an informed decision, the same way I would respect and I would want someone to do for me. Let me make an informed decision, because if I really care about you, I might give it a try. I mean, I might be open to it, but you shouldn't be able to take that decision away from me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree. I would say that I don't think she's 100% wrong. I understand people concept about being outed, and she should have said it and all stuff like that, because you just out your friend to your friend about her being trans, like that. But at the same time, if you're gonna get romantic with someone, yes, you do need to disclose that and anything else. So I don't think she's 100% wrong. Yeah, like that. Like she said, you gotta tell her. She did ask him. You gotta tell him. Like, I don't know, she didn't even get details how long she gave her the chance to do that, but her friend basically said she was not gonna say nothing. So I don't know how long she said she's not gonna say nothing, but I kind of agree. Yeah, it's a tough situation that she put her friend in, because she friends with both of them, and it's that's what sometimes friends dating each other in the friend circle. You don't want to be part of that. I said, leave me out of it, because y'all doing too much. But something like that, like you said, she could have been died. She could have had a snap reaction because they were about to get romantic, and that's what she mentioned, that he could have, y'all could have got down and dirty, and then find out reality, and then what happened? And I knew all along. He probably get mad at her because you didn't tell me. Why you didn't tell me? So it's like, and some people was like, why you tell me? It depends. You got to know who your friends are. So it's tricky, but I won't say she completely wrong. I couldn't say that. It's like that. Let's see. What else? She may know that the homeboy was snapped and at least fight her, so she had her chance to tell him. She said no. So to keep them both with the bullshit, she told the homeboy. Yeah, straightforward. And she may lose a friend. At the same time, it was like,
Look, be
I couldn't put
smart.
myself in
Send that shit in the text. There's some
well,
space and distance between y'all. I don't tell you, but I don't feel that it's right to, like, some things you shouldn't be able to just surprise on nobody after the fact. Hey,
yeah.
I'm in the process of transitioning. Oops, we done already did it. Oops, I might have HIV. Oops, I might have chlamydia. Oops, I might be your cousin. There's some things that you just shouldn't surprise on people. Like,
I say.
what if I think that what if I think we might be cousins, but I'm not 100% sure? Wouldn't you want it? Like, it's some things you just should tell people beforehand.
For real, shit.
Some things you should tell, and then let me make an informed decision. Because then I can go back and do a little research and figure out that you my cousin by marriage, and then I might still be okay with it. You never know how somebody's going to react, but I do believe you should always give everybody the ability to make their own decisions, and nobody should have to be deceived just to make someone feel comfortable, because that's not cool either. That's no different. I mean, women do it all the time to men. Men do it all the time to women. And sometimes I end up on snapped.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Renee Boo. Yes, please watch the replay, comment, share on behalf of everything, and Gabe. And I appreciate everyone commenting, because yes, I love that we have a good conversation and nobody going each other's throat. Yes, I guess most of us in the agreement that if she would have said it, I would have said it, because at the end of the day, I would deal with the consequences afterwards, but at least I know that both parties are still living at the end of the day. So, and the person who wrote this post was against her saying or something, and that's the person was saying that, oh no, that person's in a life or death situation, she shouldn't have said nothing and all that stuff. And people was going back and forth, and he was still standing to what he was saying. So I would say, okay,
You know what that
I
gives
know.
me? That gives me. I normally trick people, so so I'm mad. That's what that gives me.
Yes, he like comment spot, y'all. Appreciate that. I love this. Okay, that's a white boy. He must be living his life in California. And he said he was going to join. All right. So, anything else about this? I mean, I think most of us are in agreement, and like I said, it's a tough situation. But at the end of the day, the best honesty is to say up front and let them forward win the name. He may not be agreeing with it. He just move on to the next person. But the flat out say, I'm not going to tell the person else that, it does leads into deception, and it's craziness. So I have an issue with folks lie about important things. That's important. Yes, that's true. That is important. That's definitely important. Your status, like you said, DL men with the woman having kids and marrying them, knowing deep down inside they are gay, and they just putting up the front appearances and stuff. It's all falls around the same way. Yes, I know trans is a different mindset and more ball game and more layers to it. It's still the same way of honesty and upfront. And if people aren't gonna like you, hey, move on to the next person. Sure, somebody will like it.
But
Sure.
how do we? I don't understand how. Like, why is your rejection any different than not? We all get rejected. Haven't you been
Yeah.
rejected? I've been rejected. I mean,
Yes. Great.
I don't understand.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
the
at
process.
least, but that's a part of the process. I don't feel like you should just be like, oh, I'm just gonna pretend and fake. Oh no, nah, come take this L like the rest of us. We all get rejected. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You'll live to fight another day. Move on. You'll live to find a new relationship. Move on. Or the
Yeah.
person may like you enough to be open and willing to give it a try. And
Yeah.
shouldn't that be the most important piece? That person knows what it is and they still want you?
Yes.
Isn't that what we should be going by here? Like, they know what it is and they still want me for me because they really love me.
Yes.
No? Okay. All right.
I hear that.
Mhm.
That's true. He's speaking truth. I hear that. So, yeah, the opinions, the Twitter section, it has been up and down. It's left to right. People was for it, people against it. So it was a lot, but that was more some of the things I got from it based on the comments and everything. But I don't knock the friend. I said, suck the friendship is down, but at least they both is living because it could have been one or two ways.
I like that the friend actually told them, like, so you could tell or I could tell, but either way they about to find out.
Yeah.
I didn't out you. I didn't out you. I gave you the opportunity to do it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she was going to lose a friend either way. If she didn't say anything and the homeboy found out in the bedroom now, he's mad. She knew and didn't tell him. That's true. Some people want you to tell them. Some people don't want you to tell them. So you got to know your friends. If you have a friend that say, listen, no matter what, I know you might think is stepping my boundaries, but if it's something that I should know, tell me, and then I'll investigate. But if you knew something and you didn't tell me and I put forward into it, then I would be upset with you, especially if you're a friend. But they gotta know your friends. Some people will be upset if you tell them anything. I said, no, they may think you are hating, but at the on behind side, they looking out for you. So you gotta know who your friends are and how they react and what they want. And me, if I have my friends, yeah, I would like you to tell me, and then I'll investigate. And if it's turned out to be true, then I'll move on. If it doesn't turn out to be true, then move on. But at least you tell me something. You looking out for me. I don't want to take that as you hating on me unless you got different motives. But that's not my first thought. Then my first thought is that, oh, that person looking out for me. So you must be seeing things I might not seeing. Shoot. I ain't with the person 24/7. Shoot, JW. Yes, it would have been worse, probably. All right, y'all. Let me see. Next is did I? 9, 10, 11. Let me put this back on and change it. Share. Chrome. This, that, and the British. This girl. Yeah. British Williams, y'all. British Williams. And right there, 123. All right, so British Williams, she's the former basketball wives LA. I could have sworn she was supposed to be coming back the next season, but I don't know. I don't really watch it, but I'll watch basketball wives.
Yep, she's supposed to be on this new season that they're coming out with, but it hasn't started yet. So I guess that's where they got former from.
Yes. So, former basketball wives LA stars British Williams arrested and indicted with several fraud charges. I was like, what is going on? So, what is she going to jail for? So, here we go. Oops, it looked like basketball wives LA star British Williams is in some legal trouble. According to STL today, she has been indicted on several federal fraud charges in St. Louis. On September 22nd, a federal grand jury decided to take actions over 5 felony charges of misuse of a social security number, 4 charges of bank fraud, 3 charges of making false statements to the IRS, 3 charges of wire fraud, and 3 charges of aggravated identity theft. Theft. According to court records, the St. Louis native was arrested today and pleaded not guilty to the charges in the U.S. District Court in St. Louis. Prosecutors say British used false Social Security numbers in 2017 to obtain loans, lines of credit, and other funds from financial institutions. Report shows in 2018 and 2019 that British was spending money that didn't belong to her. Excuse me. Prosecutors claim she deposited 4 checks ranging in values from $4,500 and $5,800 into accounts that she controlled and withdrew the money before the checks bounced or financial institutions realized they were fraudulent. Reports also says that victims of the checks she cashed were unaware of deposits being made. More information when we read it. We get the logistics of that, y'all. I was like, when I read this and I saw this, I said, see, these, and this I want to tell you, that's why I tell people to don't glorify and don't idolize these get rich, instant rich people who get on reality TV show, make a lot of money. Yes, they got on reality TV show, they got money. But what they do, they splurge their money like they freaking just the instant rich, get rich like that and not build wealth. And to use that money, all that stuff. So you get broke after the show. You haven't been working for a while. You broke now like that. You put this images out there that you living a lifestyle, fancy cars, fancy house, this, that. Oh, this is what I'm aspired to be. I'm aspired to live what I'm living right now. Listen, yes, it would be great to be on TV sometime. It'd be great to be this. Nah, I don't even want that for sure. Because all you get the instant money people acting stupid and they just fall for and the NBA people falling. And we're gonna talk about that and Auntie Mama thing. So I left that for her channel, but she did a nightcap on this one. This thing. So what the hell you did with your money, girl? And now you living a large, living a lifestyle that everybody said, "Oh my God, she living it. She good. She got the baller. She all that." And all that time, I don't know all the time, but recently, whatever, she been falling. Fake social security numbers, loans, charges, fake fraud, wire charge. I said, girl. And now you're gonna be going to jail and all that stuff, or what you got indicted. So it was like, is it really worth it? It was really worth it. And when it comes to this reality TV show, and not in reality TV show, entertainment world, where a lot of people get rich and splurge their money, and it might not be on the show anymore, might not be playing sports anymore, not might be an athlete anymore, or actress, and money is down dry. You didn't save the money. You didn't wealth the money, whatever you need to do to build generations of wealth, whatever, and do anything to invest any property or land and stuff. You fancy money, and then you get yourself into trouble when you need to think you can do things if people gonna come up to you because you was on TV. It comes FBI don't play. Money transfer and all that stuff is foreign and does that they don't play. They will catch up on you sooner or later. They might not catch you right then and there, but they will take notes. Like we take notes to the review. Or somebody might come around and say, listen, it's too much. Put a tip when they freaking mind. And when the FBI get a tip, they go with the story and start investigating. So, British girl, I know you're supposed to be in this upcoming season. And sometimes it's always this crazy stories coming out before the season starts. So, we want to be invested to see what the hell's going on. But at the same time, girl, come on. And that's why I tell people, do not idolize people. Because there could be one of the people that you idolize who's doing this fake, crazy stuff and get you tripped up. And I think I tweeted it. Or I put it on Instagram. One of those that I must mention that. And I said, they will get you tripped up. And you don't want that. So, Tracy, your thoughts. I know you may have a lot of things to say. And people was commenting, so I'm going to highlight the comments when you're talking.
My girl went back to the old school scamming. Old school scamming. 2 steps above boosting, baby. 2 steps above boosting. She went to old school scamming, okay? She went Scammers 101. She said, let me tell you, baby, I'm about to get these social security numbers, open up these lines of credit, auntie, okay, and get this money. Get this money. So I do think that the problem definitely is going to start, one, living above your means for television. So it's one thing to be on TV, but I think once you get a taste of this life, you're like, I need it, and I'll do it by any means necessary. And that's where people go wrong. Jen Shaw, Erica Girardi, Tom Girardi. Y'all get this money, and then y'all don't know how to act. Because she wasn't super wealthy. Her man was playing overseas. And then she had her own little her little website or whatever, where she was selling stuff, doing stuff, whatever. So, okay, she was probably doing okay. And then she was off the show. So she wasn't getting that show check. And then her and her man broke up. So, he wasn't putting into the house like that no more. So, baby girl, that's when you got to use that brain in between your ears instead of what you got in between your legs and figure this out, honey. Yeah. But apparently she said she going to go back to what she know, baby. That's old school stealing. She said,
when technology
give me your social security number. Give me that social security number. I'll show you how to do it. So was it her kid's social security number? Like, whose social security number did you use? I need to know these things. Like, I need details. So whose social security number did you use? Like, whose number did you pull?
Oh yeah, crazy payroll. You need to know something, girl.
I need to like whose social security number was you pulling? Listen, I love my job. Listen, I love my freedom more than I love my job. So I have access to social security numbers, but I would never.
That's a never.
Ever. Like I have access to celebrity social security numbers, and I would never, ever play that game. Like, cause me in prison ain't really BFFs. Like, I don't look good in orange. Like, I don't look good in orange.
I know. I can't be nobody.
I don't look good in orange. I don't like people telling me when to go and where to go and what to do and when to do it in. Like, I don't particularly like, see, like the military isn't for me. I'm not really big on like everybody needs to wear the same uniform and everybody need to do what they need to do at this set amount of time. Those aren't really my ministry, right? Those aren't the ministry for me. So I tend not to do things that's going to get me in those predicaments, where that could be my life. But what I would say is when I was reading it, I was like, oh, wow, that's like, she went back to the 99 and 2000s with her schemes.
Yeah,
she went all the way back. She was like, I'm going to steal social security numbers. Like, social security numbers? Like, oh, girl, you was doing a lot. You was doing the most, to say the least. And you did all of this just to get back on Basketball Wives? Because let's be clear, she did this when she got off the show, and now she's back on the show, and she done stopped. So you did all of this to get back on Basketball Wives. Wow. You found a fake life and a fake lifestyle that you could live to get back on Basketball Wives.
And you know the show takes place story, so you know someone gonna put it up. And CM said that she was caught out before. I think if she was in the season, somebody did say that she was a scammer. And somebody
when her and her baby daddy got into it, he had said, you know, how she would do anything, scam, boost, steal, all that. So I mean, he laid next to you, so I guess he would know.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, now I'm wondering, was he one of the ones that was in that NBA thing? You know, for stealing insurance? Was his name listed in there? Because maybe birds of a feather flock together, and we just don't know yet. So I'm gonna have to go down the list of names because I don't remember that man's name. I had to look his name up and see if he was a part of that. Because apparently, you know, it's just time to, you know, call people to the carpet.
That's what I'm saying. And yes, she was called out before. Yeah, that's crazy. And yes, JW, yes, they do add a foul on your name and see what you're going on, and they build a case. And when they build a case to you, they come after you. And it's hard for you to break the FedEx case because they build the case on you. So it's like, girl.
Yeah. I will say this, okay? I don't play with letters. I don't play with them 3 letters. FBI, CIA, IRS. Listen, I pay y'all faithfully, okay? Y'all faithfully. I ain't got no problems. I don't want no problems with them because they be all up in your business. They be in your business. Like, I ain't got time for them. So the fact that you willing to play with them people, I know you lying. They like throwing black people in jail for long stints of time over some BS that they barely throw white people in jail for. Like, get out of here.
And that's exactly what I tell y'all. Do not fall for the funk. Yes, they made it. They probably got it, whatever, because the Instagram models, whatever those something they got on TV. But listen, it's not always great because every year's down the line, like British, now we got to find out she about to go to jail or something, or she got charged for something. And NBA players for.
I wonder how much money she took. Look, how much money did she get? Did they say how much money she got?
Nah, I don't know. I was doing that much research, but I was like, I think Auntie Mom did like nightcap. Did they say how much she got in the total? But no, I don't think they mentioned. They just mentioned some of the accounts that she was depositing.
I'm wondering how much, like, girl, how much money did you get? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Because there's a difference between fame and infamy, and it sounded real infamous, honey. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, gosh, she should. That's what I'm saying. Listen, flat tummy tees. I said, the way how this, it's a way to make legit money and not go crazy. Like everybody do OnlyFans account. You know, just
what?
You can do something, girl.
Okay. OnlyFans is popping.
Well, you gonna have people who follow you, British. Probably people
not
on
really.
your side when you your baby daddy drama. So it was like, girl, you could have did something. And I don't think OnlyFans was done at the time. No, but it's whatever. You should have did something with my money. Shit.
OnlyFans around now. Yeah. Not underwear like Hazel E. Baby, I'm dead.
Do the freaking kinky stuff like all Hazel E was doing, selling her used drawers and stuff. It's a market for everyone for you to make legit money, and you don't have to go to jail for. Or at least going to court and fighting this out. Yeah, it's supposed to be coming back in the next season, and I will be watching it. You know, Trace and I, you know, we said we done with the show, so we won't be no reviews on that.
oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And look, if there is, I might have one comment. I do not know these people. I don't want to talk about these people. I do not know these folks. I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. I don't know what y'all talking about. You know what? Let me say this. I appreciate. Oh my gosh, I appreciate OG for showing us just how much scenes are edited. Like, we knew there was editing, but OG showed us just how much things were edited to go with whatever narrative they wanted to show. So the level of editing is why I never, ever get that emotionally invested in any television show or care about half of these people, because I don't know if what I'm seeing is actually real life. Because the editing that was done was like, baby. So now, British, I'm gonna need you to figure out how it is that you're gonna explain this. Because the show is already being taped and filmed. So are they still in filming right now? Is this gonna be like a Erica Girardi thing where they're still filming and it comes out? Like, is that how this is gonna work? Or are they done filming the show and it's going to come out later and they're gonna do it at the reunion? Like, where are they in the filming process? Because I just need to know, is the questions gonna be asked on the show? Because I'm not gonna watch this bull crap, but I'm here for the reviews and I'm definitely here for the Instagram post.
I'm saying
when she get the rug pulled from up under her, because I need to see where this was.
Saying. Well, Brittany, I think before at the beginning stages of my YouTube career, I was doing Basketball Wives reviews, and I stopped reviewing it doing that trip when they went to that trip. And you know, that's Malaysia, do that damn table, acting like a credible hawk. She do that table. That's the season I stopped. And then like Kristen and Cece, I was done with all that. I ain't doing a review of that season when Evelyn was freaking or freaking to do the television. I ain't doing all that. I stopped reviewing way before she did all that. But yeah, I used to review it. And then I got tired of it. And then we did that colorism special. Tracy and I, we talked about that colorism special, and that's the only time we really talk about Basketball Wives. Let me see. Oh, she is literally just as bad as the others. Her friends are colorist as oh. That would be the best thing for me for the season.
Now, listen, CM, no lies being told. Because I was not an OG fan, but I was like, the way they treating her is atrocious. So I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. They're treating you terribly, but you are not innocent, like by any stretch of anybody's imagination. Because you done said and did some things where I was like, so because I'm not, real deep embedded in my African roots, and I can't tell you where my people, I'm less than you too. Okay, all right. So you have your own different issues. Oh, okay, all right, okay, all right. I'm gonna need you to stay right up over there. But I'm here. I don't know how far they are in filming because I'm not keeping up with the show. But listen, if it's going to be on the show, if we're gonna get like a Jen Shaw where like you get to see the takedown, would you be here for it? Would you be here for it? Would you be here for getting to see the takedown? Like,
and somebody posted on Twitter saying that's the thing, and they showed a clip. Yes, I would see it. And little this update: Beverly Hills filming for next season right now. They said, "Hell no, we is not stopping. Y'all taking no breaks." The week after they finished the filming, they filmed the next season right now because they wanted to continue with the case with Erica or something like that. So yes, they tape it for the new season right now. So they said, y'all ain't taking no breaks. Y'all better figure out y'all gonna do the show now. Y'all ain't taking no breaks. They filming right now for next season. I hate it. I said, damn, that quick, they ain't get no break. They said, yeah, I see, but today we catching this thing. I said, I hate how she told Quincy her husband business. I also hate how she let Cece skate when the woman set her up. Yeah, like I said, Basketball Wives are toxic. We can't deal with them anymore. Oh, shoot. All right, so that's done with British. So British girl, like Jamie, that's V. Jamie, that's me. One of the YouTubers I watch. Glock. I love when she say that. Cause she gave me I love when she say that. Always bad when she say that. All right, so it was a little thing I saw on Twitter, right, y'all. Y'all know the new craze America love is Squid Games. It's been like the #1 rated show on Netflix right now. And I saw a little article about the number, one of the numbers they used in the show, in the series, movie, whatever you want to call it. And because that number was shown, the person who owns that number in real life is getting mounts of calls. And I put it on Instagram, and some of y'all saw it and start laughing and liking the post because I was like, people get a life. Oh, y'all bored? Oh, y'all sleep? Get a life. What's this hell's going on here? And then again, I was at Netflix. Y'all should have used random fake numbers. Like y'all don't never use a real number in y'all freaking thing. So we will get it. I don't think it's Netflix. Whoever produces the show. Netflix is cutting Squid Game scenes. Oh, do y'all see that? Let me see. Did I share that? Oh yes, you see. Y'all see it. Oh no. IGM, let me cut that off because I don't want to see on clips. All right. Get that off. All right. So let me read that. Oh, let me get off this. Next, Netflix is taking action to remove any trace of the phone number seen in Squid Game from the series. Oh, wait, hold up. Before we start that, what the time? I forgot the time, y'all. That's all. So Netflix is taking action to remove any trace of the phone number seen in Squid Game from the series after the owner of the real-life number has been reportedly hit with prank calls. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that the streamer and the local production company Siren Pictures have reached a joint decision to edit the phone number out of the various scenes in which it appears. This comes shortly after it was reported that the number's real-life owner had been on the receiving end of around 4,000 phone calls per day after the show premiered. The phone number apparently made its first appearance in Squid Game's debut episode, where it was found printed on multiple business cards. A mysterious man handed out the cards, which contained 8-digit number to multiple characters, offering them the chance to complete in a deadly survival game and potentially win a big cash prize. It seems some viewers called the number out of curiosity. Oh my gosh. With many of them registering their interest to be in the game. Despite being hit with barrage of calls both day and night, the person who owns the phone number has reportedly been reluctant to change it because it is linked to the individual business dealings and client's contract. The situation has not been helped by Squid Game's growing popularity, meaning that more and more people are streaming the series with the number exposed. The debut season of the South Korean survival drama featured as the top title on the streaming services in the U.S. last week. It is currently on track to become Netflix's biggest TV show ever. Yeah. Yes, Squid Game itself, I did not expect what type of game. I thought it was a competition game show, just like any other game shows that I've seen that's on Netflix. That you watch it, it's like, it may be interesting, it may not be interesting. He said, call it a day. So I thought that was that. But I did not know it was a whole like a movie series thing, that it was killing people, a survival game, all that stuff. So the show Squid Game is not, it's good, interesting. I enjoyed it. But I didn't like how it ended. And it was too much. And one part of the thing, a little spoilers there, I didn't see it. Crazed white rich people fantasizing of killing people, and they like this stuff, and they pay top money to see that. I ain't like that scene at all. They could have did without. I was so disgusted. I said, y'all think of old, dusty, crippled people, all that stuff, and they ain't really crippled, but still, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know I'm talking junk sometimes about these people, and I ain't like that. I said, whoop, now we got some 6 freaks watching this, enjoying the freaking fun. Huh. Besides the old man who was enjoying all the games himself, and we find out what kind of important player he is, and I want to spoil it for people who didn't see it yet. Y'all watch the show and see how he is, what he was. But that's that. So when I read this, I was like, oh, y'all people really taking this? Who the hell will go look at that numbers and try to call the number out of curiosity and try to figure like they weren't trying to be in the game themselves? It's like they ain't real. It's fiction. Did we learn that facts of fiction? Non-fiction to fiction stories. This is a fictional drama, fictional deadly surviving horror series or movie that you call it. It's not real. But people really took that number and start calling it 4,000 calls a day, y'all. At that real number. And I said, why they use a real number? Usually they should have like a non-traceable random number. You could have did 5555555. It's like, come on, that's it. Shit. For real. Like, what the hell? And y'all calling numbers. So what y'all take on that article that I just read? It was hilarious. I said, really, y'all need to really get it together. Y'all was so in tune to that freaking show that y'all would call the numbers out of curiosity. Whatever. I mean, it's not one of those numbers you find on a magazine that it was the call girl service. Son. That's something different. But this is a freaking movie. It's like, why y'all calling numbers on a movie? To be in the game yourself? I mean, y'all want a real life red light, green light. Y'all want a real life duck, goose. Y'all want a real life how to seat. All that stuff, sure. Imagine you get killed for duck, goose.
Oh my God.
Steal a bacon. You get killed for stealing bacon. Imagine, oh my gosh. Hot piece of butter.
You know what? I will say this. Can I believe that they would call the number? Absolutely. Absolutely. 1,000%. Absolutely. Am I surprised? Not at all. Nothing about this is shocking to me at all. But they also actually built the sets. They actually built the game. So none of it was like fake things. So it is actually something in South Korea that you can go see and do. It is like an actual thing. So I think so is it that I want to play the game, or is it I want to be in your next part 2? Like, I want to play the game. I want to go be in there. So is it people shooting their shots trying to become an actor? And not just people like, oh, I want to play the game, but like, I want to be an actor in your movie. Like, because a lot of the people who were in there are like first time actors. Some of them are kind of famous people over there who like model and do things like that. But most of them aren't like big time actors in their country. In their country. So is it kind of like how people do Tyler Perry? You know how people will go like and make a big bill, or they'll do all these crazy things to try and get him. So is that what they were thinking? They were thinking the number was actually linked to the actual director and was like, hey, you want to just, put me in your movie, because I could do this. So could I see people doing it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Am I surprised? No, not at all. I put very, very few things past humans at this point. Because, jeez. Like, jeez.
Well, that was funny. I was like, wow. And then the person don't want to change it because it's linked to his business and stuff. I said, yeah, like I said, nothing should have surprised me now. But I was like, yeah, y'all really gonna search that number and really call the number. And I wasn't even paying attention on their numbers. I was just watching. So I was saying, what the hell? I'm gonna try to take that number and try to call it.
Especially if like you're in that country, it would probably be like just a regular normal phone number to you. So it's like, oh, okay, let me give it a try. I think it's also no different than, remember when like Kevin Hart had put Nick Cannon's phone number on that billboard and people just started calling it, like randomly calling it, like, oh, is this really his number? Oh, does this really work? So I think it's kind of that same idea that people are just like, is it true? Is it possible? I mean, it should have been a number that was like kind of like a Squid Game, like answering service, like just, like them little robo numbers that you call and it'd be like, oh, you've reached, Squid Games, whatever, but it actually didn't go to a person. So, I mean, but I guess, again, this person had been trying to get this movie out for forever and a day. So I guess, they didn't think that far ahead since they never got the green light. So, I guess they didn't think that far ahead. I mean,
I was like, okay.
Mizzle line, you're going to be following it.
I ain't going
You
on no
tried
voice.
calling the number. You tried
No, I
calling the
did
number.
not.
Yes,
I
you
don't
did.
know
I
what
could
they
see. I could see it. I could see you was like, let me see. Let me see. If it's good for the goose, it must be good for the gander. Let me try it.
No, that show is not something I would ever participate in. Don't use no childhood games, no games to try to kill me over something. You better paper on their ass. It's sending them out their way, but killing them? Oh, chill out something. But other than that, like I said, the show was not bad. I ain't like how it ended. But other than that, it was something. Dominic said I started watching but stopped because of the voiceover. Voiceover. You was watching it in native language, or you didn't? Or because they had different language thing. You could watch it in English, but
But English was still a voiceover. So
it
the
was still
whole
a
thing was,
voiceover, right? Yeah,
yeah,
it
the whole
was
thing
right.
was a
Yeah,
voiceover. So
yeah, it was a voiceover.
if you don't like voiceovers, you probably are gonna like
Yeah,
struggle with
like
Squid Game.
yeah. And I watch it with the voice and the subtitles. I didn't see what the hell it's saying. Yeah, chill. But that was that. I found that a little funny, so I said let me mention that in this day because I was like, really, people, y'all need to get together. Get it right. Sure.
They said they trying to get chose, okay? They trying to get chose.
For that, they want to for that. Yeah, we get my big break. Mike Jones put his number in the rap, but in a day, he really used the answer too. It was yes. Oh my gosh. People, like I said, we're gonna use numbers, use a fake number. This is why. Oh, oh,
I remember
all right,
that.
so the last I don't just rap like that, but if that's the truth, then that's something. Um, the last thing we'll talk about, and then we do a little chit chat before we get off of here and get ready for the panel, is y'all remember Selena Johnson? But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the clip of that segment because not only she said something, it was other stuff that was said that it was like, really? Y'all do too much. Yes, Dominique, sure. The voices didn't match the mouth that much. Yeah, I do agree that it wasn't like that. The voiceover was not matching their mouth. They could have got Korean beats and all the Chinese beats. That's English. Oh, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true, Dominique. Yeah,
See,
we agree.
wait. So let's go back. So they couldn't have did that because that would have required money that them people didn't have. This is what happened when your stuff is low budget. That's what happened. You got issues like that where the mouth don't match the word. And not to be fun, I lived in Korea. A lot of their English ain't great, so you probably was better off with getting somebody who did a nice little translation for you because baby, that broken English right there. I wouldn't have been able to get through the series at all. Like, not at all. I'd have been like, I quit. Never mind. I can't do this. This is going some more other mess.
Let's play this.
Hey, the new TV shows.
Oh, shut up. All right, so y'all know Cocktails of Queens and Fox Souls, they did a segment, and we all heard what Selena Johnson was saying, and we will have opinions on that. So I want y'all opinions on that. And then, but Lisa said something that was troubling. Vivica said something, and you know, Claudia, she's just the hostess, so she didn't really say much. But the other three said something that was like, okay, really, y'all too much. But yeah, no, they always say some controversial things that got us talking and saying all that stuff. But everybody only point out Selena's response, but nobody point out the other stuff. But hell, so it's a 5-minute clip. So I'm gonna play the 5 minute, and I think by pause here and there to stop him and talk about something. Right. Then we get the commercial out.
Soon, we need some popcorn. Pronto.
Let it bite. Fat.
R. Kelly is not missing a chance to be a jerk, actually, because now that he's going down, he's trying to take everybody and their mama out. Now, it's been reported that he plans to barter with prosecutors to provide names of multiple celebrity pedophiles, in which one is a huge singer and a rapper. Now, the insider stated that his team are working with the feds to reduce his own prison time. He'll provide evidence against other celebrities who are pedophiles, and they'll reduce his sentence. So you've been knowing, R. Kelly. You've been knowing that you were part of this pedophile ring, and you got your friends that are pedophiles, and now that you're going down, now you want to tell. But when you saw them doing it, it was all good.
Let me tell you something. He ain't gonna want to be in or out.
Yeah.
That kind of behavior. Because when I tell you, people don't like pedophiles, and the people gotta let them, he gotta let them know when you move.
Listen, Wi-Fi man acting up.
Neighborhood. So everybody gonna go, that's where you at, and that's who you are. So it's not gonna behoove him to be out in the world where people can really get to him, or inside where people can get in him. Get to him too.
And he's a snitch. Snitch. Wait a minute, snitch gets stitches. Ain't that what it said?
All the
Guys.
bitches.
All right. I'm gonna stop right there. Vivica said snitches get stitches. All right. We all heard that phrase in the past, snitches get stitches. But I think in this situation, if we all don't like people who take advantage of children. So if you know other people who's doing the same thing that R. Kelly was doing, don't you want to know who the people are so you get them off the streets as well? That's what I'm saying. So if you're going to say stitches get stitches, that's a different situation. It's not like somebody, you see something and you're not your business, and you want to go rat-tail that. That's something different. But here, if they will get him a life sentence, even though he going to go to jail for a long time, go to that life sentence if you going to keep up, spill up your beans on the people that you know who doing the same thing. Because obviously, R. Kelly went down the drain, and everybody probably cut him off. So, we don't associate with you because all that stuff. But now he's big. Now he wants to say something. But I don't think this is snitches get stitches kind of situation. Say what you need to say. Tell who it is so they can get them off the street. Because lo and behold, he uses money for years to silence people until he couldn't silence any people anymore. Other people, he probably in his ring probably do the same thing. So when she was saying that, and the people in the comments didn't like what she said that either, because they don't think that was that's applied to this situation. So how y'all feel about what Vivica said that? We're gonna get to Selena in a minute. But I didn't like that because at the end of the day, I was like, listen, yes, granted, he get in trouble and now he was tell it all. But tell it all. Shit. Listen, come on now. My child could be the next person you was violent with. It could be doing that too. So let them know how. This type of thing is just like a family who hide the secret, know this person has been doing this to this person, and keep them around all the time. No, speak up and say something. How y'all feel about that statement? Snitches get stitches in this situation, not the general, in this situation.
So I have mixed feelings about the Lisa Ray part. I have mixed feelings, but specifically to the Vivica statement of snitches get stitches. That is a 100% actual fact that makes sense. That actually applies. But normally that applies when me and you are both committing a crime together and you snitch on me to save you when we were doing it together. And we in the streets. They're not talking about selling drugs. Like that does not apply to every situation. That don't apply to that. That isn't even close to applying to that. Now that's like if me and you both cooking coke and you get busted and I don't, then I shouldn't snitch on you. That's what that went for. That doesn't go for what the heck he doing. But okay. So do I agree with what she said? Absolutely 100% not. No, y'all need to sing. Y'all need to sing like 100% canaries, and y'all need to go ahead and sell all the business. But I will say this. So Jeffrey Epstein has the same kind of charges that R. Kelly had went down for the same thing. If you've seen the list of celebrities that some of his victims implicated, y'all will be disgusted because some of y'all faves is on that list. For Jeffrey Epstein, he was doing the same thing. So when I say your fave, I mean
Mhm.
The queen bee herself and her husband is on that list.
And that's what he
It is
said.
on the list.
One of the people
It
was Jay-Z.
is on the list.
Mm.
So if,
Mm.
but Beyonce is on that list. Jay-Z is on that list. They have, they have a whole slew of people on the list for Jeffrey Epstein that the victims identified these people as knowing and being complicit too. So there's a whole list, a whole long list of people that the victim said, yeah, these people, these entities knew this was a part of this. This is where money came from. These different organizations. So there's a whole list. So do I think that he probably has some of the same similar people on those lists? Absolutely 100%. One, without a doubt, do I believe that they run in this? Yes, I do. So am I going to be shocked or surprised? Absolutely not. Do I want to run the list? Run every last one of them. I don't feel like any of them should get a break. I feel like all of them should be treated exactly the same. And the same energy and smoke that we have for Robert, we need to have for every last one of them. I need to see YouTube cancel all of their channels. I need to see everybody boycotting their music. I need to see everybody, cutting off their ties to them and everything. That same energy he needs to get. Not to be funny, I think Harvey Weinstein should get that same thing. So all of his movies, they need to cut all of them too. They need to get exit all out. I don't feel like they should be able to profit from some of the things that they did. So we should give the same energy to everybody. But that snitches get stitches thing, Auntie, yeah, that didn't apply. But I'm looking at you, suspect, and side eye now too. But okay, girl.
Yes, we're going to continue with the clip, y'all.
Suspect and side eye.
Uh-oh, don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry. I think he has really been misjudged here. I don't think he needs to be in jail. I think he needs to be in an insane asylum.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here
we go. Yeah,
for a second. No. Don't get it twisted. I think he needs to be in a straitjacket. I think some of the behavior that has been going down has been erratic. And I think that a lot of Black men in jail have been misjudged. Like I had a friend who went to jail a long time ago. He said his roommate was so damn crazy. He said that went on a lot in jail because what they do is they throw Black men in jail. They just throw everybody in jail. If you're crazy, if you kill it, just everybody go to jail. But this dude needs real help. He needs to be in an insane asylum. Insane asylum. Real talk, like on meds, like drugged to the point where, like constant therapy, like it's too much. It's too much.
Well, see, if he get on drugs now.
Okay. So this is a clip that everybody heard on Instagram of what Selena Johnson was saying, and a bunch of people who I follow was talking about this. Now, what Selena's saying, Robert needs to be in jail. If you want to give him treatment and stuff like that, a supplement to him being in jail is all well. But not go to jail, go to state asylum. When I think of state asylum, I think of people who think things and they're not in touch with reality. They just went off the lockers or whatever else like that and put them in state asylum to calm them down because they can't be in around other community and they need to be in locked up confinement and say drive straight jack or stuff like that. Robert, in this case, he knew what he did. He did this for years. He covered it up. He was paying people off. It's not something that you should be saying asylum. He was aware of what he was doing. He was not outside of this reality. Yes, granted, something happened to him when he was young that he never got treatment for or get therapy or something like that. That's something that they will fail him for that. All that stuff. But still, he still got an adult and still did what he did. And people still cover for him. So I don't think he should get any grace and go to state asylum. No, you don't go there. No, go to jail like everybody else because they know how they do people who like people say, pedophile, you go to jail and they find out you doing things. They ain't gonna like that. So I think he should be in that. Or stuff like that. Granted, yes, he should have got therapy, he should have had treatment, he should have got help. And like people say he was doing it, but he just wasn't doing it. But that's on him. He did that. And he was really aware. So straight jacket, no, he don't. That's not a sentence on a victim, no, or person who's need to be going there. That's going to jail or supplement, if you want to put that way. But not that it was crazy and stuff. And he would think he needed to know. He knew he was wrong. He knew he did wrong. He just don't think he never got caught until it lands out and he got caught. So what y'all think about what Senator Johnson said? Like I said, and then another part before you go on. She said, yes, I do agree. They do throw a lot of African American and Latino men in jail for anything things, and they try and clear that up because it's disproportionate them being in the jail system. It's like that. So not every one of them should be in jail because they could have had other alternatives than being in jail, probably services or therapy and stuff like that. But in Robert's case, I don't think that's one of the services he should got. Yes, you want to get treatment, yes, and why he's in jail, that's fine. But not sentence on him. He should go jail like everybody else. But yes, a lot of black men, they do get misjudged and mistreated and put in jail for any new thing. And some of them should get different services. But who didn't do in Robert nowhere his level. But it's more charges and stuff like that. Chat, Tracy, your thoughts.
Is this the Saweetie Johnson, the same Saweetie Johnson who said, I never felt safe going to his studio at night when he wanted me to record, so I always had to bring my husband with me? Is it that one? That's that one? Oh, okay. All right, sis. Okay. Just making sure I'm calling out the correct person for this. I completely agree with you. There are definitely some people who should not be in prison. There are some people who should be in a mental health facility receiving treatment. They definitely do toss us in jail, or people of color in jail at a higher number because they just don't want to deal with the mental health issues that they have going on. So they just throw them in jail because they feel like that's easier. So I completely 100% agree with you on that case that in certain circumstances, jail is not the correct place to be. But in this case, oh no, bruh, you're exactly where you need to be. You are exactly where you need to be. Okay? You listen, you you better be singing Chocolate Factory in prison, babe. I don't know what to tell you. Clink, clink, lock it up. I don't know what to tell you. Clink, clink, lock it up. Don't drop the soap. Deuces, have a good day. I don't know what to tell you. They got therapy in prison. We hear about serial killers going through it all the time. They got therapy in prison. Serial killers do it. You'll be all right. You was cool enough with everything else, sir. I don't know what to tell you. Now, if you want to unalive yourself, that's between you and Jesus. I think y'all need to take that up amongst each other. But either way it works, sir. At this point, I find it very hard to have sympathy for you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But before you do anything else, I'm gonna need you to run down that list of people, that whole list of people, that whole entire list of people. Absolutely, 100%. And any video evidence that you have to go along with it, please make sure to drop that off. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 because we need the proof. Since you like to videotape yourself, I'm pretty sure you like videotaping other people. That's great for you. Have at it. I'm just gonna need you to run that real quick. Cause okay, if they gonna knock some time off your sentence because you give up some other weirdos, I'm okay with that. Cause you still have court in 2 other states. So it's not like you about to go free at all. You're not going free. You're getting the rest of them. This is the closest that you're gonna get to trying to make amends for the terrible things that you did, is getting the rest of the people who do terrible things to people off the street. This is where, if you ask me, this is where he starts to make amends. That's where he starts at, is getting the other people who are hurting people off the streets. That's where you start. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't say that's all you needed to do. I said that's where you start. You start there.
Yeah.
That's where you start.
Yeah.
Okay. Then now, I also believe that you are entitled. Mm-hmm. You are entitled to I mean, if you think prison can reform you, I mean, knock yourself out. It don't work. It ain't work for nobody else. But I mean, if you want to give it a try, Who am I to stop you? They got therapy and counseling sessions. You'll be okay.
Yes. Well,
They give
all
med.
right.
Look, they give meds. Didn't they just talk about how crazy people is in prison? They give meds. Clearly, they give meds. They just said crazy people in prison. Clearly, they give meds there. You'll be fine.
Well,
You'll be fine.
It ain't happening now. Like he ain't doing nothing now. It only happens when he see a 13-year-old.
He been on him. He just wasn't taking it. That's what the people said. The people said the man had bipolar.
Don't keep him his eyesight correct and offer them like.
I just think he could be in an insane asylum because he's crazy.
Because of mental health issues.
I think he has mental illness. I think he's a narcissist, and I think he has mental illness because you're very narcissistic if you think, if you all this time you had this information on other people that were hurting people, and then it wasn't until you found out you got in trouble that now it's pertinent. But that also means you didn't ever think that you were guilty of anything.
Oh, yeah.
You never thought you were going to get caught. That's crazy.
I feel like he's going to get hurt. I feel like he's going to get hurt.
Vivica, what do you think about this? I'm asking you because you look mad young. If he was out, he'd probably be. I'm sorry.
Can I tell you the worst part is that one time he did ask me to introduce him at an award show. So maybe I looked too mature back then. I'm just glad I didn't end up in the harem. It's a sad end of the chapter. Like, wow, here we go. You get convicted last week, and now this week you like, I'm telling. It's some other people out there I'm gonna take down too.
Crazy.
I mean, it's just, you know,
it's
asking for help or maybe trying to help others from where you are, from your experience. Now you're gonna snitch.
And I'm curious to know how he knows about these other pedophiles.
Right, and you ain't said nothing all this time.
Were they doing it together? Were they
Yes.
pedophile parties?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, and now you just made yourself look even worse.
Right.
yeah. Granted, yeah. We talk about the snitches get stitches, so I started that Vivica said that. She said the conviction too. And I was like, granted. But he said, how do you know about this? I say, for someone who knows about this, it's other people who probably aware of it too. And just so I do it with him. And to give up the names, yes. And give up the names. And I think this is the situation they should give up the names to get other people out of the situation. Because at the end of the day, when y'all all doing this, and then one person get in your chain, get caught and everything, and get in jail, all that stuff like that, and then everybody else who was down with you skedaddle and not supporting you anymore. And it's like, that's like a hurtful. It's like, y'all was with me at this time, and now I'm here now, all that stuff. And now y'all disperse, and I have the thing to get y'all down. No, y'all coming down with me. No, y'all ain't gonna play me and trying to not talk to me anymore after we was doing this all together. So that's how I was like, in this situation, I think he should say the names and all that stuff. And imagine you might think he's bitty hurting and he want to be all throwing everybody else on the bus. But in this situation, he hurting children. And if you know any people who do the same thing, to say something.
Okay, I have a very unpopular opinion right now, so don't shoot the messenger. Okay, very unpopular opinion. But some of them people, I didn't believe.
Okay. And he might be saying things the same names. That's to say, it's all to the people to investigate.
Some of the people I didn't believe. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Mm-hmm. What? All right, now you just okay. All right, okay. Anything to save your skin. Other people, I was like, oh yeah, nah, I can see them. I can see them too. I was like, now if you gonna tell me Oprah and Gail was in there, bro, I'm gonna need you to have several seats. But some people, I absolutely, when they was so not. Of course, this isn't the real list. We don't have the real list. But when they were speculating about the list and people who he said potentially could be on the list, I was like, sir, like, who you fooling? I was born in a day. I wasn't born yesterday. Absolutely not. This doesn't even seem remotely like it's a feasible or possible opportunity. But then other people, I was like, oh yeah, I can see that. 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 So I also don't want it to be one of those things where he was like, oh, the higher the profile, the more I can get, the less time I can get. And then he starts throwing
names,
everybody in the kitchen sink that he knows under the bus. Two, you see what I mean? I don't want it to turn into that either, because I feel like he would do something like that. So that also worries me.
That is true. Yeah, like I said, he could be throwing names out there and putting other people who's innocent into this fray, and that's not something I don't want him to be doing either, because he's just hurt. But if people he know he got evidence of, oh yeah, say something.
Yeah. So that's why I said it's like an unpopular opinion. Not that it's wrong. It's wrong, but I feel like people are gonna be like, oh no, if he said the name, it has to be them. And I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. Like, just because he said the name, it doesn't have to be that person. But there's a good chance it could be. So I'm gonna need some real serious investigations to happen so we can figure this out. Please and thank you, because we need to know. We really need to know. So we really need to know so we can figure out who we throwing away next. Because just throw out the baby with the bathwater, throw it all away. I'm here for it.
Yes. So a little bit clip, and what Lisa said troubled me. So this is what Lisa said. I think Vince gonna keep saying something, and then Lisa gonna say something like that.
Ill, that's a psychopath. That's mental illness.
Narcissism too.
And narcissism at its finest is off the chain.
Oh, I hate to do this to our brothers, but they are in the news, so we gotta cover it. Just so y'all know, disclaimer: the queens are not against black men. We're against black men and white men and white women and just anybody that harms other people.
I'm not against R. Kelly. I'm not. I'm just against what he represents and what he did. You know what I mean? So, he is a personal friend, but I have to admit, as a mother, as a young black woman, you know what I mean? I'm not down with it.
Do you still consider him a friend now, even with all this that's going on?
He did it to me. So, I mean, our friendship hasn't changed. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I mean, I pray for him. Absolutely. I do. Because he gonna need it.
He's a mess.
Okay. Lisa said he didn't do it to me. So I can be friends. Like, a lot of people still want to support him. It's fine. You can support him. It's like that. You want to support his music and everything. Well, I still like it. This and he also, yes, you got good memories of the music he makes. It's like that. Last night I went to a party in Brooklyn. My family party, they was playing his music. I ain't go off the back and say whatever. Oh, I hate them. I don't know playing his music. If y'all want to play it, play it. I don't have the catalog in my phone anymore. But I ain't gonna stop y'all from playing it, or at least singing the song and stuff. But if you'll support him, that. But the mentality is, and a lot of people does that, and it pays me and it sucks. That's why a lot of people don't have no sympathy for victims who been sexually assaulted, because they had the same mentality. Oh, he didn't do it to me. It didn't happen to me. So if it happened to me, then it's all good at games, and I can't feel sorry or whatever like that. It didn't happen to me. So the fact that it couldn't happen to you, it didn't happen to you, that you can't have no sympathies on the people who had been hurt, also like that. Yeah, like, she did say she didn't like what he did, but he's a good friend to mine because and everything, and he ain't done nothing to me, so he could be a friend. I said, you want to support him? That's why I'm a friend. But so throwing that not happen to me, that just threw your whole statement away, because now you're saying, oh, because it didn't happen to you, you can still be friends with him. Nobody say you can be a friend because you want to support him and be behind his back. You just saying that because it didn't happen to you. So it's like, because you didn't personally experience it, you can't understand that. Or you can still be friends, good friends with him because it didn't happen to you. And a lot of people says that. And a lot of people in the comments was getting on Lisa for saying that. I was saying, what, girl? That's the same mentality that happened to other people who ladies and females bash the victims of men they like because they didn't happen to them. Oh, well, it ain't happened to me, so I can't say nothing about that. I ain't gonna keep supporting it because I said I ain't like that. So that statement threw me off when she said that. I said, well, I'm all for you supporting someone. That's fine. You want to support someone, that's fine. I wouldn't agree with that because I don't like that. But the fact that you say that statement, it just threw it off, and that just like, oh, okay, Lisa, what y'all take on that?
But did she say that he's still my friend? Although he didn't do anything to me, so he's still my friend. Although I don't support what he did. I mean, the statement is true. I mean, that's like me saying like my nephew murdered 2 people. I don't love him any less. He's I it is a tough situation when you care about somebody who does terrible, terrible things. You can't then say, I throw you away. Like,
Yeah.
So in that, in the regards of saying, like, in the regards of saying that I don't support what you did, I don't like what you did. You're in prison. You deserve to be in prison. I mean, whatever's gonna happen to you is gonna happen to you. I can understand. I think she could have worded that a whole lot better than what she did, because it definitely sounds like a thing of entitlement. Like, yeah, he did something wrong, so he gonna need to serve his time, but that's still my friend, and I'm gonna support him. That's still my friend. So it definitely sounds like it sounds very insensitive. So I can understand how it comes across as being very insensitive. I also understand that the thought process of I have somebody who did something absolutely terrible, but I can't throw them away. It doesn't mean I stop loving them. They didn't kill me, because clearly I'm still here. So I can understand her thought process in saying that, if that person truly was a real friend to you. But at the end of the day, I think that he's where he needs to be, doing what he needs to do, or getting done what he needs to get done. You understand the context behind that. Have fun. I feel like, sounds like a good dose of karma to me. Forcing people to do things that they didn't want to do sounds like it's about to be your immediate future. Godspeed. Godspeed.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you. Forcing people to do stuff they don't want to do has consequences. Taking advantage of people has consequences. You might just meet yours with your cellmate Bubba. I don't know what they'll tell you. I mean, I don't know. But I think her wording of the statement was terrible. I understand what she means, but the way she worded it was
I understand
terrible.
With that.
But baby, but the first part of the segment, when she started off and said, what's gonna be in him, I was like, oh no, not in him. To me, was shady and hilarious. But then this second part where she was like, it didn't happen to me, was an unnecessary statement. If she would have just said, he was my friend, he was my friend. I don't support what he did. This, that, and the third. And had she just left off the it didn't happen to me, because you can be friends with somebody who does terrible things. I mean, we all have a friend who isn't the best person ever. There's different levels to terrible things that you could do, right? So I can understand someone being friends with somebody who's done terrible things. But girl, wrong road. Wrong. Like, you need some, like, something, because this is not gonna cut it, sis. Not at all.
Yeah. Like I'm like I say, like, let's say you can support your friend. Yes, you go love the person anybody said they just said a terrible wrong and I throw them away. But that statement, it didn't happen to me, only applies because it didn't happen to you. You supporting them. And like she did say she didn't like what he did. And that's a good friend of mine. But why you just leave it like that, like you said, leave it like that and not say it didn't happen to me? Because now it's like using that statement is only clear. Okay, if it did happen to you, what say for example, it did happen to you. You're not friends anymore? That's the
Well,
statement
yeah,
right
I
there.
think that would have. Look, I think that would have immediately ended the friendship right there. That tends to, the assault tends to get rid of friendship. So yeah. I would hope. Well, I don't know, because according to some of the victims, they were able to come and go as they please, and they still came back. So I don't know. That I don't know. That just seems real.
Yeah.
But did you see the thing on Twitter when the people was trying to get Vivica together?
Oh no. No, I saw something that Vivica was sponsored or something, but I don't know what happened.
Somebody in the comments had said how she used to be cool with him back in the day, so she probably knew, and that's why she said snitches get stitches, because because she don't want him to tell on her. I was like, ew, ew. And Vivica ever so quickly got her together and was like, I am a woman before anything else. Like, I wouldn't have went along with that. Like,
yeah, go ahead to it. So yeah, that was that. That was all I had. But that I wanted to read that clip because it was certain things that bothered me. And at least the last comment, like I said, I understand she was a boyfriend, it's fine. But that it didn't happen to me. It's the same mentality that other people have that makes them feel like, oh, well, I can't support you because it didn't happen to me. Or I can't do this. It didn't happen to me. It is what it is. I can't understand that. When it didn't happen to me, I don't understand. But it's the mindset of understanding that person, what that person going through. And some people don't want to see that because they didn't go through that themselves. And that's what sometimes people understand. And then people saying, oh, well, you didn't go through it, so you will not understand. That's another thing that people say that would say, okay, just because they ain't have that same experience, they can't be sympathetic or understand what's going on. It's like, imagine they may know someone who that went through that experience. They probably still won't know. So it go both ends and everything. So I think that statement, like you said, was not right for her. And then people just like were pissed from Lisa. And they really didn't care for Lisa like that anyway. But that statement they messed up. They all say something that was not good. But it's always good, great conversations. It's like that. So yes, that's what I have for my live, y'all. We have some time before the panel, 8:00 my time. I think 8:15. She's around 8:15. 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. We will have different things to talk about in the panel tonight. We're gonna talk about the Texas boy shooting in the school. We're gonna talk about cops doing their dirty thing, pulling a guy out on car when he's paraplegic. The NBA fraud. She talked about she talked about British fraud. I think she might just mention that again. And some other stuff that's happening, y'all. So it's gonna be some entertaining tonight. And also after the panel, if y'all still around, we're gonna do the cast special of OWN of Ready to Love season 5 that airing this Friday. This Friday, right? Yeah, airing this Friday. But they did a cast special early because I guess they want to give something. It's on the OWN network, so we're gonna watch that together. Talk about some of these people and everything. Kiki, laughing about them, with their story behind their story and how they get in the show, all that stuff. So we watch that tonight. And then tomorrow, watch my live. We're gonna talk about marriage boot camp and the cast of special people. Because last time we did a live, we did talk about the picture and what our first impressions based on the picture. We had no background story. Now we get a background story. Now we can match the background story with the picture and see, oh, okay, what's up with this? Like, why you in the show? Or why you got in the show? And I hope you get found love, whatever, based on our opinion. So we will do that tonight, y'all. So that's watch along. Check with my Instagram. So oh, you know what? I did not know, nobody even tell me that. My banner was Renee was putting my link stuff. So my Instagram is Mr. Grown. And my ST, let me put it right now. Sure. Ooh. I'm doing all that talking, and I ain't put my banner all that. It's like that. Yes. So that was the live, y'all. I appreciate everyone who joined in. You know, Brittany, Dominique, JW, also my co-host Tracy always coming through. CM, who else? Auntie Momo, as always. Renee, love all of y'all. Like I said, coming up this Thursday, Marriage Bootcamp, new episode. This Friday, a new episode of Ready to Love. We will talk about that. Like I said, we're gonna do a little Casher special tonight on Instagram after the panel. Stay with us next week. We're gonna do Mental Talks. So Mental Talk, we're gonna talk about the first episode of Ready to Love, not the Casher special, because we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. First episode, Ready to Love. What else did I say? Beverly Hills Part 1 reunion. And maybe those two shows, because sometimes it takes a while to talk about some special shows like that. And probably some social media topics that came up. So those are two main shows. And if I do watch an episode 2 of Salt Lake City, I will add that into it next Sunday. All right. We have like an hour, basically like an hour and a half or something like that to enjoy ourselves before the next panel. Usually I give a 3-hour show, but today was nice quick. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Enjoy and everything. Oh, I'm gonna try to check Dominique, you mentioned Blood and Water on Netflix. I'm gonna check that out and add that to the list so people can know the show's update. If y'all want to know the show's update, y'all can always hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. I can screenshot and send you the link of the shows so y'all can catch up on the shows that we talk about. And that's it. All right. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Enjoy. Then back by with the outro. Hopefully StreamYard plays it great this time. The last time it was stuttering. I said, oh no.
Mizzle Social Corner. I got a question for you. Are you ready to answer? Mizzle Social Corner. I got a question for you. Are you ready to answer? Mizzle Social Corner. I got a question for you. Are you ready to answer? Mizzle Social Corner. I got a question for you.
All right, I'm gonna put Auntie Momo's link to the live. Oh, let's see. Let me type. I can't type. All right, let's post that there. All right, y'all. Please make sure y'all like, share this video out, let your friends know about me. That's how we get grow, how we get bigger and everything. Appreciate that. Stay tuned, like I said, tonight for Instagram watch along after the panel. Tomorrow my live. I'm gonna do a link for that soon. So watch it and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification all so you'll be notified for all my videos. So y'all won't forget and y'all remember my thing. Because I always promote it on my Twitter and Instagram. So those are the main two things I'll posting on. And my Facebook, the Facebook get the live the same time I do the live here. So Facebook will get to see it live just as the YouTube will at the same time. So if y'all Facebook people, hit that subscribe button and like it. All right. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And have a good night. And see y'all on the panel in the next hour or so. Peace.